So last week, unfortunately, audio didn't work. Or not last week. Last time I ran. So let me check, see if it's working here on Twitch. Can I hear myself talking? No, because the goddamn thing muted itself. Talk, 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 talk. I'm still super quiet. All right. So, Jack Justice.
Yeah, what about him?
It's been a long time since you were here. It seems like. Uh, you've been laid up. You've been sick. You're kind of thinking Fontaine might have given you something.
I'm not eating his food anymore.
He said, "Here, you eat this." He burned some fish and gave it to you. It'll get it out of your system.
Mm-mm. That's what got it in my system.
But you've been feeling pretty bad. You've been hearing um, stuff about, unless you have another idea of what happened to Jack for the last several days, because you missed the town council meeting. You missed, uh, yeah, you missed the town council meeting. That was the big thing, I guess.
What else did I miss?
That's
Because I'll
about
decide
it.
where I was. That was not there.
That's about it in town that you've missed.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe we were out of town.
You could
I
have
just want to
been.
make sure I'm not in the same out of town.
You could have been out of town if you wanted to be.
Uh huh.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, I was actually. Is Opal Boy still in town, or had he left?
Oh boy. Yeah, he's still in town. He's got to earn enough money to get
Okay, so
some.
I can't say that I was off looking for him in the mountains.
No. He
Uh,
saves up for almost a month before he goes away for a week or two because he doesn't get paid
Was you looking for Adam?
maybe
much.
maybe I maybe I went off on a bounty lead or something, and it turned
Mm,
up fruitless.
that's a good idea. Um, yeah, you went off for a bounty lead. You took Fontaine with you. He wasn't pleased. You took Jill, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and y'all rode out of town, and that was before the council. It happened Sunday. No, it happened. I don't know when. It was before
yeah.
the council meeting on Monday,
Last
and
time I played, I think it was Thursday before the council meeting.
we're gonna say basically that you found a wanted poster, and you thought this guy's got to be around here if his wanted poster's here. So you went looking for him, and went up to Burl. If you want, you could have gone up to Seaton. Um, it's up to you, or you could have just wandered around the wilderness for a week.
Yeah, extreme on my luck check. I somehow actually found him.
You rolled an extreme on your luck check.
No, I'm saying extreme on
Oh
my luck
yeah,
check.
make
I
me a
somehow
luck
actually
check.
found him.
We'll see if anything interesting happens to you briefly.
No, it's just a regular.
A regular
So not
success.
no
Um, you
no random bounty found.
no, you found what you did find was a lost child.
Oh hell yeah!
Like out in the woods, you're like, what the hell? You were pouncing on this cave. You're like, oh, I know somebody's in there. I can see some smoke. You found like an 8-year-old kid had a fire, was trying to eat leaves or something. He got lost. Um,
I congratulate him on at least getting a fire started.
you take him back. He's from Burl. You take him back to his father and his
Yeah.
mother. They're happy to see him. He's been missing for about 3 days by the
Hmm.
time you find him. They're very grateful to you. He shakes your hand. They want to give you. They have you stay for supper
Stay
and
for
everything. Yeah,
supper.
you spend the night there. It's not bad. And then you come on back on Saturday. You come back and actually you get there Friday night pretty late. You and Fontaine are exhausted. You've been out traveling for almost a week. You go back to the house. You just crash. Um, and does Jack wake up early Saturday morning, or does he sleep in the bed for
Sleeps
everything
in.
to
We've
go?
been traveling.
Okay, you hear ringing of bells. This is what wakes you up outside, and shouts of alarm.
Like a fire.
Yeah, actually, it does. They're not yelling fire, but people are obviously in distress. A lot of people. When you peek out the window, I think your window faces the front of
It
the house or the
faces.
back of the house. Face the
I think mine's the back of the house.
back of the house. Okay. When you go to the front room and you peek out the front window, you see people going by with guns. There's men with rifles. There's some women with guns. Um,
Do I
you hear
recognize any of them?
you realize all the bells in town are ringing. There's somebody blowing a whistle somewhere. Yeah, it's townsfolk. It's just people from town.
Get dressed, all my guns. Get out.
Okay, you head out. Fontaine stumbles out of the room. He's in his long underwear. He's got a rifle of some kind. He's like, "What's going on?" As you're heading for the front door. Jill's barking. She's all excited.
I'll say something along the lines of a malicious foreman.
A malicious foreman?
Looks like, well, that's what it looks like to me.
A malicious foreman? Okay.
A militia is forming.
Oh, totally. I thought you said a malicious foreman. I was like, what does that even mean? A
Nah, a
malicious
militia
foreman.
is
Okay, yeah.
forming.
Uh-oh. Are they after us?
I don't think so.
Oh. He's looking out windows, looking all around. Looks like he's going to defend the house.
All right.
Are you taking Jill with you?
No.
Okay, so you go out the door, you sidestep, and you close it real quick so she doesn't come with you. You can hear her barking in there like crazy. People appear to be heading down towards the bay.
All right.
You see a few people sticking their heads out, you see guns sticking out of windows that are facing the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you've seen the map. You've got the map there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've got the map.
Most people looks like they're heading down towards downtown.
Oh, okay. So they're heading up the road, north of
Correct.
on the road,
Right.
outside my house,
And what you're
towards
seeing
the
is
bridge.
some people are staying in their houses and apparently aiming their guns out towards the water.
Gotcha.
So what do you want to do?
Ask one of the people in the procession. So what's going on?
Well,
Is there some sort of
Make me
raid?
a luck check. Make me a luck check. See
All
if you
right.
get somebody who knows. Because people seem confused, but everybody's got guns that seems to be coming or moving. You don't see any kids.
94.
I don't know. But all the bells are ringing, all of them. And someone came running by and said, "We're being attacked." So I got my old trusty. Old trusty is a big single barrel rifle, shotgun.
I'm gonna run further ahead into the front of the crowd.
It's not really a crowd. It's just a general moving towards the bridge and heading towards downtown. Give me a spot hidden, Yorie.
All right.
You run past various, the market. There's an outdoor market there. You run to the bridge. A lot of people. How'd you do on your spot?
It's definitely under 25. So, extreme.
Oh damn! You notice as you reach the bridge, you look to your right, and just outside the bay is a really big ship.
That's a really big ship.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a funnel, but there's no smoke. It's got two masts. It looks like the sails are being furled up even as you watch, and you can see a few men rushing about on the deck. Well, it's more silhouettes on the deck than actual people. You know what I mean? It's too far away for you to
out
make
in the bay.
Yes.
Does it have its side against the shore?
Kind of.
If it had cannons, could it fire upon us?
In this day and age, broadsides aren't as common.
Oh, okay.
The ships in this time period are built have repeating guns occasionally. They'll fire forward. Some will fire backwards. The U.S. Navy's really sparse right now, though. There's almost no Navy at all.
And they're not really on the West Coast.
Right, especially. And there's not any flag flying on this ship. You can't make out the name; it's too far away. You don't see it. You don't see a lot of men.
I didn't say I grabbed my supplies or anything. I just said my guns.
Yeah, I'm assuming you holstered both pistols and you got the one in the back still. Like you're armed. Well, hell, everybody is at this point, so nobody even gives you a second look. You notice this when you're on the bridge. You can see several people on the bridge, like aiming rifles or a pistol. There is one like kid. He's about 50. He's got a slingshot. So,
now that I know there's something out in the water, I'm gonna run ahead to the docks.
Yeah, okay. You head to the docks. You can see people like heading into buildings with guns, like they're gonna like get in second floor windows, try to get a better shot.
Actually, on my way to the docks is the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Is he in?
No, nobody's in there.
Ah.
As a matter of fact, the front door is locked, but there is a good-sized crowd gathering. Actually, you would notice this as you come running down the street, down by Maggie Connor's house and the excise house, where the couple of excise men who they've got a couple locals who are in charge of naval law in the town. it looks like several men are gathering there, and you recognize Marshall Dodd, and you recognize Mortimer Jeffrey. Um, Maggie Connor's there. Um, three or four other men, and everybody seems to be listening to.
Yeah, I join up and quietly listen. I don't
Yeah,
interrupt.
that's so. Jeffrey's saying, "Okay, we got to get a boat. Everybody, arm yourself up. We're going out there. We're not gonna let them do this. We're not gonna let them do this to us." Maggie says, "I was watching. Yep, they've got quite a few men on board. Looks like they're armed. From what I could tell, you could see she's got like a box strapped on her, over her shoulder that looks like a leather pouch that holds binoculars, field glasses. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're getting a good sized boat ready to row out there.
I'm there with them.
Dot says, "You think this is a good idea, Jeffrey?" And Mortimer goes, "Yeah, yeah, I do. We got all this." And he's pointing down the street, and you just see like dozens of people aiming guns at this ship, which appears to be stopped out there just past the harbor, maybe a quarter mile out from the actual shore.
I guess I get to the side of Maggie and I whisper to her, "When did this ship come in?"
She goes, she goes, "Oh, Jack, just a couple, just a, we Mortimer saw it a little while ago. He says it's a Confederate commerce raider." So
What have
Mortimer's
they
getting,
done so far?
they came in, they dropped anchor. They just dropped anchor, I think. We're gonna go out and meet them. We're gonna find out what they want,
We're gonna parlay.
or gun them down. Everybody getting on this. They've got a longboat, and they're getting about almost like 8 or 9 people on board. Most
I'll
of them are
join them.
rowing. Everybody's armed. There's a bunch of rifles. There's a couple shotguns. Mortimer Jeffrey has an army pistol. You recognize that. Uh, the sheriff has a Winchester. He and Mortimer are getting in the. Or sorry, the marshal has a Winchester. He and Mortimer get to the front. They start rowing. The other men start to row. Maggie's in the back at the tiller. She's got a Winchester across her lap. One of the men has a big 50 lying down in the bottom of the boat as they start to put their back into it. They got two on each side. You got a half dozen men rowing,
Mm-hmm.
and you're heading out. Where do you want to be in the boat, Yorie?
Can I be midsection?
That's pretty crowded with the guys.
That's pretty crowded with
They're
the guys
sitting
rowing. Okay,
2 by
so it's
2.
back or front.
It's
All
pretty
right.
much back or front. You be in the back with Maggie. You be close to the front with Marshall Dodd and.
Marshall Dodd.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way to the front quickly
Yeah.
as they're loading up and they start heading out.
Do I see any rope I can grab while
Sure.
I'm here?
Yeah, there's some rope in the bottom of the boat. It's pretty heavy.
Nice.
You could still use it as a lariat, but it's gonna be.
It's gonna be short range. Yeah.
Pretty short range. So they head out towards this ship. Yorie, if you look in gaming text down darker trails, you can see what this ship looks like. There are 3 pictures. There's a couple pictures, and there's actually a deck plan of the upper deck. It's big. It's 200 feet long at least.
No, is that a Popeye video? Do I need to watch that?
A Popeye video. There shouldn't be anything. Gaming text down darker trails.
Oh, I was Edwin in-game chat.
Yeah, not in-game chat. That's just silliness. It's down about 1, 2,
I
3,
found it.
4, 5. Okay. So
Yeah,
it's a big ship.
That's a big boat. That's a 3-mast boat.
Yes, it is actually 3 masts. It's 3 masts and a funnel. She's obviously got steam power as well. You notice that as you get closer, and you can see the sign. There's a nameplate or a name board on the front that says Sea Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get within about 100 yards, Jeffrey pulls out. He's got a megaphone, one of those little megaphone things. He goes, "Ahoy, the ship!" So, Hutton and Tix, while Hazard is laying in a heap, puking, or almost puking, from seasickness, which it seems like he always has. You're busy with the prisoners, and you hear someone yell, "Ahoy, the ship!" It sounds like it's amplified, like through a megaphone, coming from the starboard side.
Are the Are Will and Tom with us?
Yes,
Then,
they're still there. They're making sure the prisoners are all um, secured right
all
now.
right. I'm just going to go to them and I'm just going to turn their way and tell them, keep an eye on the prisoners. I'm going to see what's going on up above.
They just nod. They're real busy.
So I'm going up.
Well, you're on the deck. Everybody's on the deck, I believe.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys
okay.
haven't been down in the ship very much except to find Jim Bat.
All right.
So this is on the
Yeah.
deck. The prisoners are all kind of situated on against the rail.
Oh, nice. We found Jim Bat.
Shh. Darn. I want it to be a surprise.
I'll just go over to the rail where I heard the sound come from.
There's a boatload of men, armed to the teeth. You see Maggie Connors in the back with the tiller, but she's not manning it. She's got a Winchester. She's aiming up at the deck near where you are. You see Mortimer Jeffrey. You recognize him. You see the marshal, and you see Jack Justice in the front of
I'm just going to shout out, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot!"
Mortimer's got a megaphone.
Take my big hat off and my big floppy hat and wave it around like "Don't shoot!"
Mortimer puts the megaphone to his lips again, and he says, "What are you doing on a Confederate commerce raider?"
We found the smugglers and the ship that they were using.
Throw us down a ladder.
I'll toss down a ladder.
Yeah, there's that chain ladder on the side you could toss over the side.
All right.
While the others cover him, Marshal Dodd heads up it. Jack, what do you want to do?
Head up with the marshal.
Okay. On deck, you find several men manacled. You find a couple of men in uniform. They appear to be excisemen from the town. You see Loren Hutton. Have you met Loren Hutton yet?
Yeah.
You see Hazard. Loren Hutton is actually sitting down on the deck. His leg is all bandaged up. The wound is very bloody. The bandage is very bloody. You see Hazard lying on the deck. He looks really sick, like he's going to puke any minute. You see Graves is up there looking around. And there's about eight or nine men manacled. Okay, there you go. And Tex. You see Tex.
Oh, now everything works out. I see text too.
It wasn't just his voice in the air. Jeffrey comes up. He looks around. He looks at the men on the deck. Will and Tom start telling him what happened. He grabs. He says, "Who's got a crowbar?" Nobody says anything.
I don't have a
I don't got a crowbar.
Do you?
No, I said I don't.
Oh, okay. He's looking around for a tool of some kind and heading forward. The Will and Tom are following him, like trying to explain what's going on. The marshal stops them. He says, "You talk to me, boys. What happened here?" He wants the info on what's going on. After some confusion, Jeffrey finds a crowbar and he goes up to the front and starts working on the name board that's on the front of the ship, and eventually pries it loose. And he says, "Yep, I was right.
What's the name under the name?
CSS Mississippi." He goes over to the prisoners and he says, "You're all Confederates, aren't you?" And he's like pointing in their faces. And then the captain who you talked to the night before says, "Sir, I only have to give you my name and my company. Unless you are some representative of the fascist government."
Yeah, fascist ain't a word yet.
It isn't. Whatever.
You could say tyrannical.
Oh, yeah, the tyrannical Union government. I like that. Thank you, Yorie. Jeffrey blusters, says he's a colonel, or retired colonel in the Union Army, blah, 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 blah. It's
You
kind
did.
of a rigmarole. The story finally comes out, and you overhear bits and pieces of it. The fact that they managed to capture this ship last night, and they're bringing it in. This is the smuggler's ship that's been working with the smugglers at the Old Verona mansion. So after some confusion, they send the boat back, and more boats come out to take the prisoners in. There's some talk about um, where to put them. The marshal says we'll take the other smugglers and put them in the church basement under guard, and we'll put these men into the jail. Is James here? James?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Jack Justice just attacked your ship, James.
He attacked the ship.
Yeah, we blew a big old hole in the side of it.
You're too seasick to really care, though. Anyway, no.
Nice.
Several people from shore have come aboard, have boarded your ship. Mortimer Jeffrey's there. He's very pissed off about this. It turns out that you're on a Confederate merchant, or you're on a Confederate commerce raider named the CSS Mississippi.
Yeah, that sounds like a fancy way of saying pirate ship.
The Confederacy's dissolved for 10 years, so who knows? And they're putting the prisoners. They're taking the prisoners ashore. Your prisoners. Um, are you gonna have a camera?
Yes.
Okay,
Just a
take your
moment.
time.
I'm
Take
just
your time.
pulling up all my stuff.
So
Now Jack's sitting here like thinking, doing this and everything. Now, would I have known that the CSS Mississippi was a Atlantic ship, right?
they all were.
Yeah, and
That
Panama
much
Canal
you
does
know.
not exist yet.
Correct. That won't be for a while. But yeah, so
Y'all sailed all the way around the Horn of South America to get here?
Well, they must have. That's one of the other people that came with you. He's got a shotgun.
I'm asking the guy though that's in the manacles, the one that was leading the ship.
So we have sailed much further than that. This guy is a bug-eyed guy. We have sailed much further than that.
How far?
All over. There's James Brown.
Oh. India?
Why would? Oh, Aaron had
It
to
was
pop
played
out.
when I pull up my camera.
Yeah.
It probably made his thing mess up.
I will not answer any more of your questions.
Why not? I'm just curious.
Why don't you question that man over there? He points at Hazard.
I already know Hazard. I question him all day.
Well, why don't you ask why, if he was from Georgia, which side of the war he fought on? And then they take him away.
I mean, I'm from Louisiana. I don't know what side of the war my poppy fell on.
The excise men and several other men are being left in charge of the ship. They're going to guard it. Y'all can go ashore if you want. Tom and Will are planning to have some breakfast and then come back and search the ship. They would welcome your help just in case there's anything down there that could be dangerous. So you guys can help them search the entirety of the vessel if you want after lunch or after breakfast. Hutton, they bring a litter for you. They very carefully get you down into a boat and take you ashore to take you to Isaac. Is it Isaac Davis?
Isaac Yankum, DDS.
Let's see, where is he? He's at 21. Yeah, Dr. Isaac Davis is what's on the door. There's a sign over the door of this big house at 21. You can look on the map if you like. It's a real nice two-story house. Obviously, part of the downstairs is used for his offices and medical practice, and then upstairs and the back are used as a house. NPCs. We will throw his face up here. He is under doctor. You are somewhat surprised to see that he is African American. He has a native who is in the front room. You see there's a gun just sitting on her desk, pistol, big one. When you get there, He's coming in from the back. He looks a little flustered. The men said, this man got injured. He says, well, bring him in the back. Bring him in the back. You've never.
I forget. I got cut in the leg, right?
The guy almost cut your leg off.
Yeah.
Remember, he came in, boom, right on the
Yep.
side of the knee. Bad damage, badly
Yep.
damaged. It was a major wound, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So you're in pain. You're in a lot of pain. The doctor checks your wound out. You were never taken below 0, so you don't have to worry about that. But basically, he says, "Well, let's see. Let's see how. Make a luck check there, Sean Arrow. How about that?
I got really good luck, so
That's
here we go.
good. That's really good.
30 out of 90.
All right. Let's give him a little 23 medicine check. Is really good. He checks the wound out. He's gonna set it. You've got a broken bone, but he doesn't think he's gonna have to cut it off. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So he's gonna he's gonna put it in a plaster cast, and he's also he's binding it up, putting it in a plaster cast, which he'll have to break every week or every few days in order to treat the wound. Tells you to stay off the leg. And he's gonna give you some crutches. Lucky duck. Yeah, you're in a lot of pain. Walking is hard. It's not pleasant. James, go ahead and make me a con check.
Yeah.
I've been noting you've been pretty sick, but let's see if you
Oh, yeah,
get your
that's
second wind.
69. Starting out strong. That's a fail.
Okay. Yeah, that damn shit, man. You've been green around the gills. Last night when you were fighting, you put it in the back of your head, and it came right back out this morning and said, "Ha ha!" And you're just like, ugh. I hate being on ships.
All the action stopped, the adrenaline drained away.
Yep, exactly. But as I said, you've been invited back after breakfast when the excisemen are returning to search the ship. You can come with them if you want. Who all wants to go back to the ship, or is there anything you want to do in town, or do you want to get breakfast yourself? Tell me what's going on.
I'll eat with Will and Tom, and I'll go back with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
eat with them so they can
Yeah.
clue me into what's everything that's happening.
But I think I'm going to follow doctor's orders and not go back out to the ship.
Yeah, you can do that. You can wait in town. You get found by Cunningham. He goes, Hutton, we got to talk.
Yes.
You could talk now, right?
I don't know.
We'll find out. Come with me. He's taking you slowly down the street. What about Hazard?
I'll probably eat with all the other guys.
Yeah, they're going to Tom and Will's house, to the excise house, basically. Yeah, they're just gonna cook up some eggs. Oh, you don't want eggs right now, not yet. Maybe in a couple hours. But they have toast. They're making. You could probably eat some dry toast. That'd probably stay down and not feel too terribly bad. The bacon. Oh God, you don't even
Actually,
look at the bacon.
nope. Sorry, I probably took Graves to the doctor as well.
Was he injured?
His arm's bent the wrong way.
Oh
yeah.
That's right. All right. So you're let in. Maryland gives you lets you get you in to see Dr. Davis. Okay. God damn. He doesn't know what to make of this.
Actually, no, yeah. Can we deal with that while they were taking care of the prisoners? Like that one guy said he was going to fix his arm, so I would want to make sure he fixed his arm before Graves had to disembark from that boat.
They went ahead and took the prisoners away pretty quick. They wanted to get them locked up.
And I believe he said something about like freedom for healing kind of thing.
he implied that, yes.
Yeah, he definitely implied that.
So the doctor has no idea what this is. He says, "What the hell happened?"
I can't.
We don't
even
really know what
accurately
happened.
describe it.
Well, yeah, say it. Yeah, actually, if I'm not there, so never mind.
No, that's okay. He's asking Graves. Graves doesn't know. Uh, all of a sudden, he says his arm just twisted. Um, Davis takes some blood. He he tries to bend it. It won't bend. I mean, the bones are just twisted. It's like I have never seen anything like this in my life. We're gonna have to break these bones to get it straightened again. It looks like all of them, like with a sledgehammer.
So is it here that it's like just kind of bent sideways, or okay?
It's
So
like
it's
twisted in a knot.
so it's the radius and ulna that are fucked up.
It's all messed up. Yeah,
Okay.
of his right hand because he had his gun in that hand.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately.
He examines it. It's obviously still rather painful because it's not bent the way it's supposed to. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. He doesn't have any real control over his hand. So Dr. Davis gives him pain medication, which there ain't much. Oh, morphine. He's going to give him lots of morphine because that's what you do. And
Dope 'em up.
you see him pulling down medical texts as you're leaving. Like he's trying to figure out what the hell
right
this
back.
is.
Yeah. And you said we have to break his bones in his arm. In how many places? I take him to the
Many.
side to ask this.
Many places. I have never seen anything like this, but if we want to straighten that arm out, I don't know if he'll ever use that hand again. Not without a miracle. I mean,
About church to see if we can't try something.
yep. You're going to try to go to the church to fix that.
Never underestimate the power of prayer.
The power of prayer will not fix that. I can guarantee that. Give him plenty of that morphine. Keep the pain off. I'll see what I can figure out.
All right.
Okay.
And I spend most of the morning getting him situated at the boarding
Back at
house.
the boarding house? Yeah, you can. Get him on that morphine. Get that pain stopped. He is messed up. Yeah, okay. So
Well,
you don't
just
have...
fix Graves.
Do you eat anything?
No,
Oh.
I'm just...
You also get
focused on him.
badgered by Stephen Jenkins and Quincy Plundle. Those are the owners. About, well, what happened? What happened? They want to know what happened. They know that you were on board. Something happened. Do you know what happened? You know, they're trying to figure out what happened. They both had rifles. You saw that.
Not sure.
Not him. What happened? Were you on that boat?
Was.
What happened?
One minute his arm was fine, next he was screaming. And
I mean, the boat. Whose boat is it? Whose boat is it?
Oh.
They're just being nosy. They want gossip.
Yeah, seems to be blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you can tell them basically about the smugglers and everything. Yeah, okay, cool. Because obviously they were stirred up as well.
Maybe not mention that they're spoilers. Oh, I'm sorry, smugglers. Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to.
Well, no, never mind. There's no point in not to.
There's probably a lot of
It'll
rumors
come out later
going
today.
around town. Jack, you went to the excise house as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys eat. They make a quick big breakfast. Leave the dirty dishes in the sink afterwards as they're tidying up, wiping their mouths. All right, are you men ready to go?
Yeah.
Jack, when you leave, you see Fontaine's out there, still carrying that rifle. Hey, boy, where you going?
Oh, we're gonna go see if there's anything else on that Confederate ship over there.
Is it haunted?
Well, it was called the Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship? Ghost?
Sea Ghost.
Sea Ghost. It was called the Sea
Don't
Ghost before we
matter
pulled
what
the name
it's
away.
Called?
Mm-hmm.
It's Confederate?
Yeah, they had it hidden below a placard that said Sea Ghost.
I'm coming. Hazard, you go out there to meet them too, don't you?
Oh yeah,
Get
definitely.
Daniel? Okay,
I might be waiting out there for a little bit before they
yeah.
come back.
Yeah, oh, you were. That's probably how Fontaine knew where Jack was. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you, 7 of you, actually. Get on board. The dispatch has been brought back to the dock, so you guys can get on the dispatch again and take that out. Back out to the Sea Ghost. There are several men, as I said, on guard duty on the ship. Or not Sea Ghost, the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's my marked map. I think I've already put a map up of the lower
Of the
decks.
boat?
Yeah,
Yes.
lower deck plan. I did put a map up there. If you scroll up past some of these men, um, you guys have looked in the front where it says sail room. There were two more tiny little rooms just forward of that aren't on this map. That's where those are both open now. One of them had the manacles, and that's where Jim Bat is. Oh, Jim Bat, do you want him with you?
Yeah, we would have taken him off the boat.
Okay. Are you bringing him back to search? You're gonna let him try to get his.
I'm gonna let him recover.
Okay, yeah. He was taken first. The marshal took him as well for questioning to find out what's going on with him. So anyway, there's that sail room forward, and then there was all those crates with all the hazard merchandise. Those are just sitting out in the sail room, in the front of the sail room right now. Um, where do you guys want to go? Where do you want to look? What do you want to do?
I'll take Jack down to the secret rooms.
Okay, Jack.
Little
There's two.
Jack.
There's a hatch on the front of the ship that leads down into like a galley, and then forward of that, there's a big room with a lot of sails. Forward of that are two tiny little rooms with open doors that they don't look like doors. The doors just look like part of the wall again. More secret doors. One of them has manacles, and then the other one has a couple crates inside of it and several more that look like they've recently been pulled out. They all say Hazard Arms is stamped on the side. Looks like they've been opened, but the lids have been like laid down back on top of them. There's some crowbars down there scattered on the floor. That's what you see.
All right, all right.
That is where we found all the hidden goods. If you want to use your eagle eyes to try to find any other secrets.
Well, dang, I already rolled my extreme for spot hidden today.
Did you?
Yeah, that was when I spotted. I don't even know what I spotted with it. Oh, it was the boat. I spotted the boat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can take a look around, knock on the walls and shit. Most of them sound very solid.
Regular success. I ain't finding nothing.
You don't see anything. Sails, crates, crowbars.
I don't see anything, but if you really want to be positive that we found everything on this secret smuggler ship, they like secret doors. Smugglers do. I suggest we get this into a workshop area and take this whole thing apart.
You know how long that'll take, Jack?
Not if we're not careful.
What?
If we have no
That's
intention
true.
of reassembling the ship, it will take less time.
Well, we can't do that, says Will stoutly.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it's too big
In
to
agreement with Will.
get up close to shore.
Who said this dock?
And for
It's a
another
boat.
thing, we can't destroy it. It's evidence.
Oh yeah, I guess we can't destroy it yet.
Yet. Come on, let's keep looking around. See what we can find in this place. You
I
pass.
want to check some of the coal area, the coal storage area.
You pass down through the galley. It looks like that's used for the cooking. Let's see, what's this area? Looks like there's some cargo in the back part of the galley. It doesn't look like the galley's really been used much. All the tables have been shoved up against the walls, and there's quite a bit of it You see, it looks like small casks secured by ropes to the deck. Um, Merchandise, you see more bolts of cloth. Um,
More
dozens of
brandy?
casks, huh?
More brandy?
Uh, that's what it says. That's what's like carved on each cast. Um, some are marked wine. They're marked different things. Um, I mean, there's a lot of gear stored here, as if they were using this for cargo space. Let's see. I gotta get another map of my ship. Make sure I'm doing everything right. There it is. You also know there's a deck below this one. Hazard, you're guessing, because the ceiling here is rather short. Plus, a lot of machinery as you pass through the coal area, where there's not a whole lot of coal. I mean, there's obviously tons of it, but it's not like packed.
Yeah,
Um,
gotcha.
um, and you don't see a boiler anywhere. There's a well, there are some boilers sticking up out of the floor, but they obviously go down below as well. Um, the engine room proves to have like the machinery that is, to work the screw from the steam engine. Everything is very complicated. Um,
Have we checked out the captain's quarters or anything like that yet? Or
no, you guys have not been below
Oh, we
decks
should go
aft
to.
at all.
yeah, that's
Let's
one
go
place I
there.
kind of want to push to look
Okay,
through.
there's more stuff stored where it says engineers, stewards. Obviously, there wasn't many men staying in there. Um, as you pass into the room marked gun room, and you can see that these other rooms on the sides appear to all have been inhabited. Those doors are all closed presently. Everybody can make me a listen check.
Let's check.
Listen check. Listen check.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
What kind? I got a hard.
Fail.
Okay. Anybody else succeed?
I got a regular success.
Okay.
Almost a hard success, but
There is noise as if there's somebody down here coming from one of these rooms. Like movement.
I'm. Do
They
y'all
got
hear
here a purse.
that? Like,
And-
I'm gonna try to
Hmm.
focus in on the focus in on it. I guess.
He wants to listen harder.
As you move down the passageway, it's in the towards the back. The second one from the end on the port side, so towards the top of the map.
Top of them.
There's a closed cabin door there.
Sure.
And all these doors are closed, actually, presently.
Are we talking about all of those rectangles we see?
Yeah, those little rectangle boxes. Those are all cabins. They're
Is it on
good-sized
the
cabins.
top side or bottom side of
The
the picture?
top of the map, second from the end.
Gotcha.
You can see where it says
Okay.
Commander's Cabin. It's two up from that one.
Gotcha. Right above the word gun room.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That is correct.
Try to open the door.
It's not locked.
Click.
Click. You push it open.
Boom.
The explosion is tremendous. There's a smell in the room, which reminds you of fish.
Mm.
It's not. It's not. It's pretty strong. You can see a wooden table bolted in the center. It looks like there is a jug there, and some mugs around it. In the gloom there, you can see 3 hammocks hanging in there. Each one appears to be occupied.
Mm.
There is snoring coming from them, like a gurgling snoring.
Do they look like deformed Indians?
You can't tell from the door.
Where's the map posted?
If you scroll up a little bit on that same place above the pictures of the ship.
Of the pictures of the ship?
Yeah, you know where you can see the
Oh.
pictures of the ship? Go a
There
little
we
bit
go.
up. There's Jim Bat. He's the dude in the
Yeah.
derby. And there's another guy. And then there's a picture of the
Of the
lower
deck.
And if you scroll up further, you
this
can
is the
see
lower
a,
deck?
a, a kind of a picture of the upper deck, a little bit cleaner picture of the upper deck than that one that's at the bottom.
All right.
There were no guns on the deck, Yorie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Even though these maps show guns, actually the one that's further up doesn't. Yeah, it's gloomy in here. You can't really see. There's a fishy smell. Um,
Smells as bad as those weird-looking Indians.
yeah, it smells. You say that?
Yes.
Okay. I got too many pieces of paper here. One of them makes a noise, and a head pops up from the hammock. Um, and it's just a shape in the darkness. The head's kind of weird shaped. And whoever it is, and I'm assuming you guys have a lantern or something under the deck so you can see. And whoever it is points and goes, "Good watch, good watch," and yells something in another language. And two more heads pop up from the hammocks.
And hand pulls out gun.
And
I'm
they're
not
reaching
pointing.
for stuff underneath their hammocks. One of them falls out onto the floor, stands up holding a tomahawk. All of them seem very disturbed.
I hold like a hand up to like kind of like go like stop. Hopefully they understand hand signals.
Hope away.
Yep.
You have a gun hazard. You're first if you want to shoot it.
Hey, wait.
I want to wait until
I
I see hostilities.
I'm there, right?
Yeah, you're there. Everybody's there.
I
except for
point
Loren.
at a corner in the room and I say my phrase that means move there.
They all look at each
That I
other.
memorized.
They look confused.
And they look confused. I say it commandingly and point again, like serious.
One of them says, "Who are you?"
I'm Jack Justice. Now, and then I say it again.
The other two look at him. He shrugs, kind of shrugs at the other two. He says, "Where are the men of this ship? Of this great canoe?"
They have been apprehended.
Huh? They start jabbering amongst themselves in their own language. One of them seems to be sizing you all up. Like, checking you out, like seeing if he can take you.
Oh, gotcha. You understand theft, right? Well, they have been caught stealing and transporting ill-gotten gains.
Which technically could include you to where you would not be in trouble. Y'all would have been considered prisoners.
What tribe are y'all from?
If you catch my drift.
No,
I don't think catch my drift. I don't think that's
Will
the
leans
thing.
into you, Jack, and he's like, "The door wasn't locked."
I know. I'm giving them an out.
Well, if they're a part of it, they gotta be arrested.
But how much of a party were they? Like, you know what I'm saying. You know.
I
He doesn't.
don't.
No, it's fine.
Again, what tribe are y'all with?
We are Quinoat.
And that does not sound like the other ones I've heard, right?
You've heard Quinault? Quinault?
Yeah.
A
A lot of Q's in this area.
The Spanish named them all.
Ah.
Damn the Spanish.
Most of the tribal names are left over from when the Spanish first came.
And
are
where do
adapted by the other
y'all...
white people, and that's what they call them. And eventually they start calling themselves that just to avoid confusion, I guess. I don't know why.
What you doing, Aaron?
Can I do a natural world or whatever on their name?
Ooh.
No, it really doesn't have anything to do with natural world.
Okay.
Well, he said whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
I would
What
just
would you want him
like
to roll?
if I could know what region they were from.
You've never heard of the Quinoat.
Okay.
You've heard of the Quilute and the Quinault.
I'm
That's
even saying from outside of outside
oh,
of this
you've
area.
never heard that name before. Actually,
Okay.
it's brand new.
See, y'all understand what I say, though, when I say those words. I don't really understand them. I admit that to them. I know it means move there or something.
They seem confused by this whole situation.
Where do y'all come from?
Oh, are you spies?
No, I'm a bounty
We
hunter.
are not
You are here.
spies.
You are here from one of the others, aren't you? The Quilute
What?
have sent you, haven't they, to find us? We will never tell.
No, they have not sent
Nah,
us.
the Quaalude don't really tell me anything either. I've talked to them.
They don't like to open their mouths very often.
I've
They're
got one
terrible
friend in the
people.
Quaalude. His name's is it Eddie?
It's Ed. Yeah.
Yeah. His name's Ed.
They're terrible people. Terrible names.
Oh, Ed seems all right. He's writing books.
What?
He says he'll write my stories
They don't know
too.
what you're talking about.
That's
obviously.
fine. Jack doesn't care.
Jack's just chit-chatting away like they're his best friends.
If you don't mind putting down your tomahawks.
Yes, you are under arrest until we figure out what you are, or what you're doing here.
Shine the lantern in there a little more so I
Yeah.
can try to see their features.
They look at the guns pointed at them, and the one who's got a tomahawk drops it. They've obviously seen guns used before.
But they don't look deformed and
Oh yeah,
gross.
oh yeah, they're all messed up. There's
Oh,
a
okay.
fish smell. They got this layered skin that's hanging loose on their necks. They got big bug eyes. Their faces look kind of flattened. They have really wide mouths. They're very strange looking. Receding
Quickly put the
hairlines in
lantern
most
down.
cases. Huh?
Put the lantern down so I can stop looking at them.
Yeah, that's fine. Will sends Tom to go get some men to escort them to shore, because they'll have to be questioned as well. And if a couple more men come down with rifles, you're coming with us. Uh, and they eventually go peacefully, leaving behind their weapons. You see some tomahawks. There's knives. There's a shield. There's some javelins. Everything is like homemade. Nothing has metal on it, anything like that. Obviously, it's roughly made.
Oh, so tomahawks are like rocks.
Yeah, they're like sharpened stone, that kind of thing. Uh, the knives appear to be contemporary. Each of them had a knife, and they are like good, strong. Oh, they say hazard on them.
Those are hazard knives.
Good.
Yeah, those are hazard knives. That's a very small subsidiary of your company that makes like knives and some swords.
I even forget about it
sabers.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's minor. Nobody's buying that shit anymore. People want Bowie knives and stuff. Hazard stuff is so expensive that most people will buy something cheaper. But it's
Better
nice.
quality though.
That's what you claim. Uh,
They're very ornately made. There's like all sorts of gilding and bluing on blades or something, or like all
They're
sort of
nice.
design work.
Yeah, there's
These
a lot
are
of
the
design work
titanium.
scrolling on
These
the
are
side.
These
No
are the
titanium.
greatest production of children that you could ever buy.
Yes, exactly. Those kids, man, they work their asses off in your factories. Okay, yeah. So there's that. Um, those men have been taken away. It looks like all these cabins were at one point recently occupied too. When you start like peeking into rooms, obviously they've been in use. From the smell, you can smell body odor, that kind of stuff from some of them. So these are the rooms that are probably going to need to be searched pretty thoroughly,
Yep.
according to Will and Tom, who come back to help you.
So, does one of these ladderways on the other side of the mast go down?
Let's see.
Good
Is it the
question.
one next to engineers?
That one looks like it goes up, definitely.
That one
So
looks
you
like it
don't
goes
actually
up.
show any ladderways going down at all. And I know
So,
there's
so
got to
there.
be some. I think the only ways down are towards the front of the ship.
That cruder map shows like how long some of the ladders are and which direction that they go.
Oh, really?
I thought so. The one.
Yeah, no,
farther
you're
down.
right. Yep, you're right, Andy. Towards the front, that one goes all the way
Yeah, I
down.
think the double one that's in the front, Yorie,
Uh huh.
that's the one that actually goes all the way down.
The one next
and
to
there's
the sail
other
room?
hatches. It looks like, and there's probably some actual ladders, and that kind of thing. It's not as easy to get up and down
So,
them, but
so the
some
one on the
people
right
do.
side, though,
Yes, yeah, up
All
towards the front of the ship.
near the galley.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
haven't even checked the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check the bottom.
Okay.
Actually, we're close to it. I'm gonna check the captain's quarters.
Okay. You push the door open. It looks like
Commander's
captain's
cabin.
quarters, all right.
Nice.
Let's see. It looks like there's here. I'm going to use some of this description. Furnishings and fittings of good quality. The place is clean, though a little untidy. There's a bunk with a bed linen. Um, writing desk set against the hull. There's a porthole there. There's some so you can have some light. There's a couple drawers and 3 trays on the top. There's also on the desktop in front of the trays. There's an ink pot and a couple of pens, a small knife, a pewter pepper pot like container. Against the desk is set a wooden upright chair. Beside it is a wooden brass bound chest. Um, there's a padded leather couch in here. In front of it's a bearskin rug on the deck. Beneath the couch, you can see a fairly large metal box. An unlit hooded lantern hangs from the center of the deck above. You can light that to illuminate the room. Otherwise, the cabin appears completely unoccupied.
Now, this metal lidded box that you speak of, does it look similar to the one I found under the bed in the den?
That's the one on the couch, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
No, it doesn't look like it.
All right.
There's a
I go
lot
up
of
to that
things
anyways, and I
here.
try to open it.
The iron box. Okay. It is locked. Will produces a set of keys. He said they got them from the captain, and he tossed them to you.
Oh, hell yeah.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
I want to
Just
check out
searching
that
around.
desk.
So desk for Tex. You're just looking around.
Under the bed.
Under the bed. The tray of the trays on the desk top next to the pepper pot container, which contains sand. One is empty. One has bills and receipts from various items of marine supply. The last has several letters of a personal and alarmingly intimate nature from 3 different ladies in 3 different ports, each of whom is under the common misapprehension that she is Mrs. Sigurd Snake.
Okay.
And a curious semi-literate document requesting a further supply of ironware, quote, as per previous consignments and at the agreed terms. The signature is in the form of a petroglyph, which shows a lizard with a forked tongue extended.
Wait, you said 3 women thought they were all the same person?
No.
They
think
all
they're
thought they
alive.
were married to him,
Oh,
Yep.
okay, got you.
Yeah.
which would technically legally make them the same name, Mrs. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
The letter talks about goods and that kind of thing. It doesn't go into it. It's very vague. Nothing is under the bed. There's a gray Confederate jacket hanging on a peg on the back of the door.
Did you say there was drawers in that desk also?
Yes, there are drawers. Let me jump
I'm
to
gonna go
Yorie.
through-
Yeah.
Yorie, you've opened up the iron box. Click. You open it up, and it looks like it is filled with chunks of gold. You know what I mean? Like, not money per se, but like big
Chunks
crude
of gold.
Chunks of gold. Yeah. Interesting.
Wish I had chunks of gold.
Digging around in it.
Yeah, okay. You're digging around. It's full of gold. There is.
I hand one off to Tom.
Whoa. Okay. He wouldn't
I
say
toss
that.
one over to Will.
No. It's like put that back. That's evidence.
All
Tom,
right.
put it back. Put that back.
I lock it up
Um,
again.
The small drawer. Let's see the drawers. The 2 desk drawers are locked. Rattle, 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 rattle. Tex.
All right. Pass me those keys.
Toss him the keys.
Okay, toss him the keys. There's also a chest next to the desk.
Let's
I
get that
probably
throw
fumble.
check.
I probably fumble with the keys. Like I probably don't catch them. It's
Oh, yeah,
really awkward looking.
Make a dex check, Aaron.
Oh, and my
Give me a
throw
dex
check was
check.
bad.
Your throw check was bad. He threw him
Yeah.
real high. Aaron, come on, Aaron. Roll 0-0.
I rolled an 89, so it's still a fail.
He goes over his head. When he jumps to catch it, he misses. The keys slide under the desk, so he goes after them. He manages to get them, but there's a bang as he lifts his head up a little too quickly, bangs it underneath the desk, and then crawls back out doing this. Oh, that's smart, Aaron.
Yeah.
That was not pleasant. Then he
He's
drops him
probably used to
again,
it,
and he's
though.
like, damn it. And he has to pick him up a second time because he's rubbing his head. He dropped his keys again. You do find the correct key. The first drawer has 4 small crystal vials. They look like they hold liquor when you pop them and sniff them. Liquor or liqueurs. There are also 4 dirty glass tumblers, a half-empty bottle of brandy, and that key is gone. There would be a key there. The second drawer contains a number of charts of various sea and coastal localities, all obviously prepared by professional cartographers. With these, there is a fast and crudely drawn chart. Handouts. Where the hell did I put the handouts? Props. Are they in props? No. Shit. Hold on a second. I gotta find the handout. Handouts. There it is. Dummy. It look like a this.
Look like this. Ooh. This guy found a treasure map.
You found the Confederate coat. James, the wooden chest beside the desk is unlocked, and there are some clothing, as well as a well-worn but comfortable pair of carpet slippers. Ooh.
Did you mean me or actually somebody else?
Yes, James.
Oh,
You would have had time to actually look in the chest if you want.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't want to.
I'll poke around.
Yeah, that's where you found that. That appears to be everything in the cabin.
False bottom to the chest.
No. No, it looks like...
What about the captain's clerk?
What about the captain's clerk?
Is that like a
that's
kinda
part
closet?
of
looking
this
for,
room.
like, a
It's empty.
journal.
It looks like it hasn't been used in a while.
All right.
I'm kind
I
of
was
looking
wondering
for a
if it was like a
journal
closet.
in this desk. Is there more in this desk at all?
No, that's it.
I
You
bet-
found everything.
okay.
You found the paperwork, the letters, the liquor. There's a bunch of liquor in there.
I want to search that desk real good for false bottoms in the drawers.
Okay, make me a spot hidden, Yorie.
These guys are crafty. It's a hard but not an extreme.
You don't find anything.
All right.
Push it, you
Oh, damn it, Tubbs.
push for
Push
that
it.
extreme.
How he's pushing it, he's going to take his knife out and he's going to start wedging it into the drawer piece.
Hey,
No.
It rips the bottom
Caleb.
off of it.
You could take all the drawers out, like really, really go
You have
through it.
trash
It'll
can
take
right
a little
there.
while.
Yeah,
You know,
let's
Slide
do
all
it.
the drawers out. You tap on everything.
That's not
You,
a problem.
You,
Yeah,
you
I
get
enjoy
underneath
that.
there with the lantern. I mean, he's going over this desk with a fine-tooth comb.
I will take that drawer that has the papers in it. I want to go through like those papers and everything.
Okay.
He's going to
Like I
take the
said-
whole drawer with you.
Yeah, like if
Yeah,
he pulls the
that's
whole
fine.
drawer out, I'll just grab it and like go through
Okay.
it.
You put like the papers from the bins into it too?
No,
From
no, I
the
want to keep what's separate or whatever.
Okay.
Tom
You
will
just
say now. Remember, this is all could be evidence, so we got to keep everything together.
I say, wait a
Bring
second.
it all
Before
then.
you go, give me them keys back. You're clumsy.
Ouch! Oh, that's hitting a man's integrity. Okay.
He's not saying anything that's not true. So
One tear comes out your
Do you,
eye.
do you give the keys back?
he'll toss him back.
Oh God! Make a
Oh
throw
God!
check, Aaron. Right through the window. No.
0-2.
0.
Oh,
Damn.
check it.
So yeah,
And I got a success on my dex.
Wow.
that's an extreme.
Put a check mark next to it. You toss him. Jack catches
Perfect throw.
it.
Just goes
Perfect
right
throw.
in the hand.
Yeah, right in the hand. Floop. He just does like this, and he's got him. Everybody
Nice.
claps slightly. No,
You hear an applause from somewhere.
it's like golf clapping.
Can I tell Tom and Will to take that that one metal box to the top deck?
Tom will take it.
Yeah.
Take it home. No.
Nah, that's why I was
Oh,
trying to give them gold to
good.
test their loyalty and integrity.
You're just like, we're rich.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I don't care about the gold. I'm already rich.
Yeah, the gold's going up. We'll ask you to hang on to that drawer full of paperwork.
I care about the fame, Andy.
Just in case there's anything important in there. Yeah.
So nobody's went to engineers stewards yet either.
No, and the blank ones are the ones that look like they've been lived in, Yorie. Those 10 or so blank, 10, 12. There's 12 cabins on that back deck.
And who found this map?
I haven't pulled it out of that drawer yet. Like, I'm not.
Oh,
So you
Right
looked
now,
at
I don't
it-
think I'm looking. I don't
So-
think I'm looking at the same map.
So hold on.
No, it's in the.
Yorie,
you
move
posted
up.
it.
Scroll up to.
Oh no.
Up
I'm
above.
I'm looking at the ship map. I just hadn't looked at this new island map yet.
I don't think that Tex has shown anybody. He looked through and found it, and he just left it in with all the rest of the papers in that drawer.
Yeah,
So
I haven't seen that yet.
keep in mind, y'all haven't seen that yet. He's keeping that to himself for the moment. But the other cabins, do you guys want to search any of them?
Oh, I wanted to specifically go to the engineers and stewards.
Right. Those don't look like they've been used for a while.
Oh, I thought you said nobody looked at them yet.
No. You guys have been passing through theirs. Some of the cargoes in there, more of these casks and stuff like that.
There's nothing in the captain's quarters that's unmolested, right?
Everything's been checked. You
Okay.
guys probably looked under
You
the
have to use the word molested.
He has to. It's James. You pulled up the mattress, probably looked underneath it, and everything. You know, you guys.
Oh, I
have
knocked on all the
thorough
boards
search.
below the bed.
You were banging on everything, trying to find secret doors. Yeah, give me another spot hidden, Yorie. I'll give you another
All
spot
right.
hidden. What the hell? There's a bearskin rug in there.
Regular success.
Okay. Everything seems pretty solid to you. Okay.
To me.
Yeah.
Anything under the bear skin rug?
I asked if everybody's going to check out the other living quarters and tell them that because I'm going down below.
Do you want to go by yourself?
I guess I'm a brave boy.
Okay.
I'll grab a lantern.
Yeah, there's lanterns that they can go. All right, so where do you guys want to start looking at these? Do you want to look through these cabins or not?
I'm gonna go to the right and check the cabins from there.
The right. So on the
He wants to go. So I guess he's
Bottom
going from the
side.
bottom,
Yeah, bottom
of
side.
the ship. Okay.
from the left to the right.
Is everybody going with him, or are you guys splitting up, or how do you want to handle this? 'Cause I know you're
Who,
always leaving.
who wants to come? Does Will want to come with me? Tom took the chest. Does Will want to come with me to the basement?
No, Will's gonna stay up here to look through the basement. Would you shut that?
Stop bar.
Will's gonna look through these rooms. He tells you he will send Tom after you once he gets back. After that chest is secured on deck. James.
Oh yeah. Tell him to go ahead and just take the other ladder down, so he
What
doesn't
about
have to go
Tex?
through all this. It'll be faster.
So has everyone left the room then?
Yeah.
Mostly,
All
yeah.
right. I might.
I thought you were
trying to
taking
decide.
the drawer up to the other boat.
I am going through this box of. You just said it's all charts and maps, and then this crudely drawn map.
Yeah, various sea and coastal localities prepared by professional cartographers, and then this other map, the handout that I gave you.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go and search some of the other rooms. I'm gonna leave this drawer alone.
Okay, are you gonna go with Hazard? You're gonna go on your
Yeah,
own? Okay,
yeah, I'll
so
go
you
with
and Will and
Hazard.
Hazard are going through these rooms. Um, the the six rooms on the bottom have various unpleasant odors of human occupations. Um, they compete for recognition here. Stale perspiration is just dominant. Um, cruise quarters, obviously. Each one looked like it held a single man with one hammock. Um, uh, there's a brass-bound wooden sea chest under each hammock. Most are closed. Two have a most of these end up being closed as you go through these rooms. Um, it looks like the inside of them are. It looks like there's various clothing and other personal effects. Um, in one of them, you find a pack of well-used, greasy playing cards. Ooh, anybody want them?
Super
Yeah.
greasy.
Yeah,
Well,
they're pretty gross.
Still haven't found anything.
In
Well,
the fifth room,
interesting.
there are two sets of dice in one of the chests. That's of interest.
Also greasy.
Are you going to go back up from the far end and come towards the captain's cabin on the north side? We're going to call it the north side just because towards the top.
actually,
Yeah.
those dice. If even if Will's there, I'm just gonna grab them and hold them up to him and see what he thinks of them.
To Will?
If he or yeah, Will.
Okay.
If he just shrugs or whatever,
they're dice. Who cares? He
All
says
right, so
if
then
they belong to somebody, we need to keep them for him.
it's probably one of the one of the smugglers though.
Well, yeah. Obviously, it's one of the smugglers, but we can't.
Damn it.
We got to take all these personal effects. They got to be kept for them. Even if they're put in jail, they get their personal effects when they get out.
I want those dice.
What if they're loaded? And I just roll and see what they roll.
Oh my
A few rolls indicates yes, one set is loaded. It's basically a set of two six-siders. You know, you roll one a few times, it keeps coming up 7, and they look identical to the other dice.
Okay, so so this is obviously contraband.
Mm-mm.
Well, then it'll have to be kept for evidence.
It's
Okay.
not contraband.
Not really, no.
All right.
If you want to try to sneak them in your pocket or something, Aaron, you can. I'll need a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I know, and I put points in it.
Yeah, if you want to try to slip it in your pocket without
Nice.
Will noticing, you either need to sleight of hand it, or wait till he's in another room and sneak back if you don't want to risk the roll. So that's up to you.
Yeah.
Or some other way. Come back in a week and just take them if they haven't been taken yet. But most likely they're going to probably take all the personal possessions of the crew and they'll take them ashore and store them somewhere at some point.
If he turns his head for a second or whatever and looks away, I'm going to try doing a sleight of hand.
Yeah, he does. Go ahead and make a roll. You can still get caught. But,
Oh, yeah, I got caught.
Did you?
I rolled an 89.
He sees you. He obviously sees you. Put them.
Push it!
How the
Push
hell are you gonna
it!
push a sleight of hand? He arrests your ass if you fail.
Right.
I told you to leave those alone.
All right. I put them back.
No. That's if you pushed it.
I know. I'm just saying, he caught me though, and I go, all right. I'm just kind of playing it off, all right. And I just put him back. And
All
I
right,
leave
he
it
doesn't
at
push it. He doesn't push that. They're fucking dice. Who cares?
Oh yeah,
you?
text.
Pushing examples, taking more time to study the target and their behaviors, physically touching or this is for picking somebody's pocket. Setting up an elaborate rig inside one's jacket to conceal a card or loaded dice.
Ooh, what does that require?
Cause a distraction. How what?
What does the elaborate rig require?
That's if you want to push it.
Yeah, you just push it. I'm using a rig.
What if I didn't have the rig?
Breaks and just
and you gotta go
cards.
get one, make one, whatever. Anyway, okay. The 7th chest, you find a book of addresses and names of ladies in various parts of the local area. A number of these have brief comments by them concerning the merits of each lady in question. There are ladies from Seattle, Seaton. There aren't any Saltmarsh ladies marked. There's some from other towns
Slim pickings.
elsewhere on the coast, probably. Yeah, so those are the things you find in most of the rooms. Uh, let's see.
It's because they haven't been to the house for wayward women.
Yeah, probably the fourth room. There are four rooms on the top side of the map. The fourth from the captain's cabin is the first one you get to. This one looks different from these. Um, uh, in this one, there's a plain wooden table in the center of the room, on which stands a pewter flagon and a pewter mug. Beside the table is a wooden chair, and over the table, hanging from the deck above, is an unlit hooded lantern. Also hanging from the deck above, at the aft end of the cabin, is a large cage, in which there is a parrot, apparently asleep. Next to the porthole, Next to the porthole hangs a hammock, apparently unoccupied. Beneath it's a brass-bound wooden sea chest, like all the rest of them you found. So this is different than any of the rooms you've been in so far. All right, we're gonna jump to Jack. Jack, you've made your way down. Tom, at some point while you were checking these cabins out, returned. Will said Jack's gone forward. There's some to check the lower hold, and Tom nodded, and then he grabbed a lantern and he disappears. So Jack, you head down. Um, there is these provisional stores and stuff are holding more of the contraband, obviously barrels. They're not full. In one of them, you find some big cannons. There are 8 big guns of relatively recent make, like within the last decade or so. Um, do you have any kind of big gun skill of any kind, heavy weaponry or anything? Right, you're not sure what they are, but they're big. They look like big breech-loading cannons, um, or muzzle-loading cannons. As you move forward, you find the water store, another storeroom with more contraband in it. As you're coming back, you run into Tom. The two of you head back. You pass this gigantic boiler. There's places that you can shovel coal in there. Um, the coal bunker, the machinery, the main machinery for the actual, like, the propellers, the screws. Um, the magazine that says in the back magazine appears to be empty. There is some food in the bread store, and the liquor store has more contraband. So that it takes you all a while to look through these, and you're not looking real carefully. There's nothing that appears to be like intricate in any of these rooms. You know what I mean? Like it's they've put down bunches of contraband and that kind of stuff. You're also not finding though any more hazard guns anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's what you find over the next probably half an hour or so, maybe an hour. You and Tom searching through the bowels of this ship. Anyway, back to the cabin that you're in.
Meanwhile,
Yes, for Will and Hazard and
Tix.
Tix.
Checking the chest. And while I'm heading that way,
The as you walk in, the parrot wakes up and it goes, "The South will rise again." It's pretty loud. Yeah. The chest is not locked or anything. There are some garments. They are pretty grubby. But when you search in there, you find that the garments are covering up an iron box. Um, what is this? Oh, there's also a Colt police pistol. There is a private investigator's badge tucked in there. Um,
Wait,
and then there's this little locked box.
are we in
pull
that
out.
different?
What'd you say?
Is that
Aaron?
what you're doing? Or are you with Jack right now?
No, you and I are together.
Yeah, you.
I just found that in the chest.
Tex and Hazard
I
and
just
Will.
walked away.
Oh, sorry.
I thought you were going to be with Jack a little bit longer. That's all.
No, well, Jack said all the big generic rooms to look through.
Okay.
So he got the boring stuff.
I chose boring.
Um,
But I have the keys.
Yeah, yeah, he does have the keys. So this box is locked. I don't know if you're gonna try to bust it open or what.
I'll wait for the keys.
Okay. The flagon appears
Seems
to be
like
full
they
of.
have Jim Bat's stuff in here as well. Or Jim Bat's things.
The flagon is filled with very alcoholic cider. Um, Applejack basically. Okay, yeah, that's what's in that room. Um,
So, Tex, did you by chance find any indicators of where their base might be in the desk?
There was that drawer had a bunch of maps, and then there was a very crudely drawn one. So if you were looking for, maybe that's the map to the base, or at least maybe to their stores or whatever.
Definitely be interested in looking at that. And I head back to the captain's thing to look at the things.
okay, you got 3 more cabins you haven't searched yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Finish that first.
Yeah, I said there's 4. The next has a peg on the door with a gray coat. There's a single bunk, bed linen heaped in an untidy pile set against the hole under the porthole. At its foot is a brass-bound wooden sea chest. Its lid closed. Under the bunk, as you search the room, you find a brass box also closed under the bunk. In the center of the cabin is a plain wooden table bolted to the deck. On it are 2 books, one open and propped up against the other. Beside the table is a wooden chair. Hanging from the center of the deck above, over the table is an unlit lantern. There you go.
I do want to start going through books, like any books. I'm looking for journals or something.
The books appear to be The Principles of Navigation by Decorma and Legal Distinctions in Letters of Marque by Tezar.
I'm interested in navigation, so I'm going to start looking at that.
Yeah, okay. It's basically just tells about navigation, curvature of the Earth, determining latitude and longitude, that kind of stuff. It's pretty complicated.
Okay.
There's also James a sea chest, and you found a brass box.
Yeah, I'll probably check the chest first.
The sea chest has garments and a pair of boots. The brass box is locked.
Figured.
There you
All
go.
right. We need to get Jack back here with his keys.
All right, our
I'm in
next.
the basement.
Yeah, check out the next room then.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 left. The next room is the one where the Indians were in.
Okay, so we already looked at that.
You haven't really searched it at all.
Oh,
We just got the
okay.
Indians out.
Yeah, you dealt with the natives and got them out of there, and then you were like, Captain's cabin, let's go.
That was
and
me.
then basically there's
Super
the
smelly.
hammocks. There's some tomahawks, crew tomahawks, javelins, a large shield, and there's also a chest, wooden with iron bands in the corner.
Checking it out.
Oh, by the way, did Will let me keep that set of loaded dice?
No, you played it off.
Okay.
Remember, you put it back.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He just
I thought there
noticed,
was
and you were just
some-
like, all right. And you just put them back
Yeah.
in. Remember, that's what you told me.
I know.
You don't know what
I
he
just
was
thought
going. You don't know how exactly he would have reacted at this juncture.
Okay.
You know,
right.
because you were quick to be like,
Okay, I gotcha.
trying to distract him and make him not arrest you.
Quit tampering with evidence, goddammit.
Yeah, this is another locked chest in this room.
Oh, that chest is locked.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's different from all the chests you found so far. Yeah.
Then the last one.
Okay, last room. It seems to be one of the nicer cabins. Furnishings and fitting are of good quality. Place is very clean and tiny. There's a single bunk made up with a bed linen. Its head is against the bulkhead. In the center of the room, excuse me, is a polished wooden table, apparently bolted to the deck. On the table is a silver bowl containing an assortment of fruit, a silver carafe half full of a light red liquid, and a silver goblet. Against the table are set 2 upright wooden chairs and a padded leather chair. Ooh. On the deck, under the porthole, in the stern, or on the side, is a wooden brass-bound chest. Beside it's a pair of highly polished black leather boots. From the center of the deck above over the table hangs a hooded lantern. Yeah, there you go. That's what you can see when you open up this room.
I go look at the chest that's locked.
It is locked, yes.
Does this place look nicer furnished than the captain's quarters?
No.
Or just as nice?
Just as nice.
Okay. Know whose room this is.
What'd you say?
Oh, I just said I know which room this is.
All right.
Or whose room this is.
I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly. Is all. That's all.
Gotcha.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
All right. So pretty much you get back with Jack. You've pretty much searched the ship.
And I look at the maps
things
real
up.
quick.
Jack, your key does not open the chest that was in the Indian's room.
What
We
about
need
the
a
one?
crowbar.
What about the one under the where the Colt and the PI badge was found?
Good question. Let's see.
Small
I gotta figure out which
lockbox,
one that
bronze
was.
lockbox, and then the iron bands. There's a lot of
Beast.
lockbox.
The South will rise again. The South will rise again.
That's the parrot.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
parrot. Like screams at you when you come into the room. This is your first time seeing this parrot, Jack. It's a little startling. It's loud.
I take one of the coats, put it over the cage.
Okay.
Keep the bird
There's a coat.
spells.
I've dealt with birds
you get
before.
that iron box open, and it looks like there is $200 in mixed coins and paper money.
Close it, lock it.
Okay.
It's all
Pick up the
cash
box.
though.
Yeah, it's just cash. There's nothing else in there.
All right.
Actually, so there's the PI. Is the badge and the guns there still?
The badge and the gun were in the bigger chest. This is a small box, like a lock box almost.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
I
this
think
is all.
still
They're all in
there.
the same room.
Right, that's correct.
Can I fit the gun and the badge in the lockbox?
You can fit the badge in. The gun's too
But
big.
not the gun.
Unless you take all the
All
money out.
I just had to take the gun and shove it in my belt, and I put the badge in the lockbox and lock it up, and I pick up the smaller lockbox then.
Okay. The iron. We'll call that the iron box.
Because I had left
basically.
them on the floor.
I don't need this.
Because I was like, these are gym bats.
I don't care
Put them
about
on the floor.
Oh, the gym bats?
I don't say that out loud, so
Oh, okay.
you would have to.
What does the
True,
badge
true.
say? Does the badge say anything?
It's a private investigator's badge. You know the Pinkertons actually wore badges. It's not a Pinkerton badge.
Does
it's
it
a
have
different
a
private
have a number on it or anything?
Yes, it does have a number on it, and it does have. Well, it doesn't really have a number. It just has a name of a private investigation agency.
What is it?
I don't. Shit. What was the name of fucking Deloitte's stupid one? We find out.
Oh,
whatever.
that was the very good private detective.
Very
industry.
good. It's not that.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
No. It's just a name.
Also known as the BGPI.
It's TBD, to be determined.
It'll be Taylor investigation. It just says Taylor investigator. How about
All
that?
right.
To the bronze box.
I just made that up. What bronze box? Which room?
The one right beside Parrot.
I think he's saying the captain's room, or not the captain's room, but the nicer furnished room.
Oh no, not that one. That one's last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the nicer furnished room.
Not that one then.
You said bronze or brass? Not sure. Some B metal.
You guys could help me by trying to remember something once in a while.
I don't remember this one. I remember the next one being the big chest in the captain's room,
Yeah.
but not the
There's a
captain's room.
brass box in one cabin. Correct. There doesn't appear to
okay.
be a key that fits it.
Aw, damn it.
How big is it? Like a small thing, or is it like a chest?
It's a small one.
Okay.
I'm gonna wedge my knife in there and try to pop it open.
There's a locksmith in town.
I'm curious now.
Well,
I didn't get to play with the last thing I brought to the locksmith.
Some of them might have keys on them still. We haven't searched everybody thoroughly yet, or I don't think they have.
Can I just add it to the stack of the box and
Yeah,
carry
you
them both
can.
together? All right.
The last chest that you guys couldn't open was in the Indian room.
Hmm?
The Indian's
All right.
room, that's an iron
Yeah,
bottom
yeah.
one. That one, none of these keys fit either.
Yeah.
That was the crowbar one because that was a bigger box, right?
Yeah, it's a good sized box. You guys haven't searched this room yet either.
Oh wait, I thought I said we wanted to search it, and then you just told us about the iron box.
Okay. You do find a key. Um, there is a key fastened on the inside of the shield,
Oh, okay.
which actually fits it, and you find that it contains more gold. Big
More
chunks of
gold.
gold, like dug out of the ground kind of gold. You know what I mean?
Gold ore.
Gold
Pretty much,
with
yes.
rocks attached still.
There probably is some rocks still attached, but there's quite a bit of gold
Rough
here.
gold.
Surprising amount, actually, as far as that goes.
All right, back to fancy room.
And we close, lock it. So is my key on a ring?
Yeah, there's several keys.
I want
There's
to
2 or
add
3
the
keys
key
on-
from the shield to
Yeah,
the
you can do
ring.
And
then I want to get Tom and Will to bring that box to the deck as well.
Well, all these are going to end up going up there.
Yeah,
Is what they tell you.
both.
Tom heads up with it.
Nice.
Oh, he can carry it by himself?
Another chest that you find that doesn't have a lock. None of them
I
fit
go.
in the fancy.
And fancy, yep.
I go ahead and try to use the Indian key on the brass box.
Oh. Doesn't work.
No.
Yes, I figured.
No, it doesn't.
Same with the fancy box.
Yes, correct.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get one of those crowbars.
You think this is who, man, I haven't said his name in a while. Aloysius? That's
No,
not it.
this is probably.
Not there.
I'm there though, right?
Yes.
Everybody's there.
Say this is probably Kildare's room.
Got it.
Who the hell is Kildare? What have I missed?
You missed a lot.
Y'all going on pirate
I don't know.
adventures without me?
Oh my God, Jack misses all the best ones. Didn't you miss the raid on the?
No, I didn't miss the raid on the house.
You're in the
No.
raid. Okay, you missed the skeleton.
I missed the skeletons.
Yeah.
Which is more exciting to Jack than the raid. People have been on raids before. Not a lot of people can say they fought at skeletons.
Not a lot of people
Or
can say they took a pirate ship either, right?
Yeah.
So you missed that. The skeletons and the pirates, or the smugglers, or whatever you want to call them. All right.
So yeah, I want to go through this fancier room a little bit more thoroughly. I want to check out that table and.
The table's just a table. You know what I mean? It's not thick enough to really hold anything. You don't find anything like hidden on the bottom of it.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything else. Excuse me. Make me a spot hidden here. If y'all want to thoroughly search the room, you can each make a spot hidden. If you want to take a long
in particular
time,
for me, I want to flip that chest over and check its bottom.
Don't forget to push your rolls if you want. You can push your roll.
Yeah, I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it by taking my time.
Ooh, I already got an extreme.
Oh,
07.
Extreme on the chest. There's a lot of rattling and some thumping going on that chest, Yorie.
I was trying to check the bottom of the chest.
Yeah, there's nothing on the bottom per se. Aaron, did you make your roll for your push?
There's a lot of rattling and thumping.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot. I got a roll.
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah. No, I did not.
Okay.
So,
It was a trap.
It's only when Tex is walking over to examine the boots, and he's gonna give him a real good look. And he's looking so hard, he trips and falls and crashes onto the deck, bowling the boots over. That you notice that the left boot has a hollow swivel heel inside. So the heel swivels out from the boot.
And there's
He found it with his face when it crashed into them.
Nice.
Inside, yeah, there's a key.
okay, if I pull out a key, I'm gonna
Jack
Go to
wants
that
it.
chest and open it up.
Gimme. Yeah. Um.
Adds it to the key ring.
I'm the
Click.
keymaster. Give me the key.
After I open the chest, I'll
Yeah.
give it to him.
You hand it
Yeah.
off. There is various items of clothing. There is a leather purse, which has 50 silver dollars in it. Um, there's nothing in here that would have rattled, Yorie. The way you heard
Uh-oh.
rattling and thumping.
False bottom.
You search the bottom. Nothing.
It's in the lid.
You search the lid and you do find it because you did make an extreme. I'll give you. I'll let you hang on to that extreme. Open up the lid. There is a book, a roughly held together book. There is a stick, a carved stick, a long carved stick.
Stick, sleight of hand.
And there's a okay. Make me a sleight of hand if you're gonna try to steal it. And there's a hollow
Just
metal
throws it in his sleeve.
tube sealed with a cap at one end, apparently.
That's 18 out of. I think that's just a hard still. 53. So yeah,
Is it a hard?
it's a hard.
Okay. Since I'm pretty certain nobody has frickin' over 50 in their spot hidden anyway, so you only had to make a normal success.
I do.
Well, he did make a hard. Loren's not there. They'll be back soon, Sean.
I was about to say, yeah, mine's
I'm
high
surprised your
too, but
reporter's
I'm not
instincts
there.
didn't get you on that ship. Write everything
So Tex can make a spot hidden.
No. You had a hard success.
Uh-huh.
Tex. Oh, I guess we need to do a pose.
He said he has over 50.
Yeah, we need to do a pose for you guys. Will does not have that high, so your hard success just beats him. He's an NPC. I'm not rolling for him. Tom is not there. He's still taking something up above. So you two can make spot hiddens, but you have to beat a hard. You have to roll an extreme in order to succeed.
I rolled a 99.
Wow, Tex is like, oh god, my eyes gonna get.
You open up the box and then you just like kind of got those blinders, the little like glow, the things that would like they cross across your eyes for a bit.
Hitting the
Although-
face.
Whenever you like stood back up.
I have been looking for a book, so maybe I just focus more on that book.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
look,
pull
there's
the
a
book out. You're like, look at this. And meanwhile, this hand's going.
I pulled the book.
Slip.
Yeah, I go.
No.
Book.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And a gold tube.
Well, it's not
Gold
gold.
tube?
It's just it's metal.
Metal tube.
It's probably iron or something or steel.
So looking in the book.
What about Hazard? Did he make his spot hidden?
Remember, I went to go get the crowbar.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
true.
You're gone. So so you could slip that
But I would have made
stick up your sleeve or wherever you wanted to hide it. You made the
Mhm.
roll, and hey, here's a tube. It's basically got a screw cap on one end.
I'm looking at the book first.
Tex comes over. I'm assuming doesn't he, Aaron? When he sees the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it appears to be. It appears to be a book. Yeah, it's a book. It's got this weird writing in it. It's not really a journal so much as it talks about being able to cast magical spells.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. So there's that.
Put it under my arm in the stack with the chests.
Well, Will saw the
and
book,
now I'm
so
looking
that's
at-
gonna have to go.
Yeah.
That's evidence. It's got a.
Yeah, now I'm looking at the tube.
Possession. Yeah, it's got a. You can screw one end off.
All right, screw one end off.
There's a piece of paper in there.
Pull out the piece of paper.
Yeah, there's a. This appears to contain another one of these so-called spells.
Ooh. Put it back in the tube.
Yeah.
Scroll. Put it back up.
Is he saying what he's finding through this stuff?
No, but you're looking over his shoulder if you want.
Yeah, you be looking at him over my shoulder.
Yeah, you could just be looking at.
I
this
just want to
stuff
be like, let me take a look at that book a little bit more. They did something that was that.
Grapes.
Yeah, think of
Graves.
Hazard.
That's when Hazard shows up with a crowbar. You see the
Yeah.
chest is open. They're pawing through it.
Just drop it on the floor loudly.
You got to figure out
Clang,
what that
throws
guy
it
did
down.
to the one man's arm.
This was unnecessary.
I'll go
No.
bring this up to the
Okay, I'm gonna have to retro
top.
something. You couldn't tell what was written in the book. It appears to be written in some kind of code,
Uh-huh.
like a letter, substitution code, or something. The scroll you does say it. You could cast a spell.
All right.
So that's where I just realized I wrote down coded here.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take everything I've got, and I'm gonna go back to the captain's quarter and get that dresser full of papers.
The drawer full.
Yeah. I said
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
you
bring
can.
some more stuff to the top.
All right, that's probably what we should all do. We should bring all these chests up, personal possessions, that kind of thing. Keep everything. Try to keep everything separated in whatever chest it was originally
Oh,
in. All right.
and also I guess I could try this key on that brass chest.
Doesn't work, Yorie.
Doesn't work.
Right.
Okay, so we still got that brass one we haven't opened.
Correct. There's one box that's not open. So yeah. Okay. So you guys start working with Tom and Will to bring stuff up onto deck. All this stuff's going to be transferred to
Now,
shore.
while I'm alone in the captain's quarters,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna unscrew that thing again, take the piece of paper out, put
Mhm.
it in my pocket, and then take another piece of paper from the drawer about the same
Okay.
size and roll it up and put it in the tube.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Tom and Will are relatively trusting. They basically they're not keeping an eye on any of y'all while you're
Mhm.
moving all this stuff. Um, they know some of the things that are in some of the chests, but otherwise they're not really paying attention as you guys help them move these chests.
Then I'll bring the rest of it up.
Then once these cabins have been emptied of the chests, basically that's all they're taking. Somebody probably could grab the tomahawks and stuff like that. They are going to put all this stuff on a boat, row it to shore. They're going to send other people to get the rest of the contraband that's down in the deep down below, like the silks and the brandy and the wine. Some of them were
and
marked
the rest of
wine.
and the rest of his guns.
Yes, and all the guns, all the heavy duty stuff. They're not going to make you guys help lug all this shit ashore.
I was about to say my guy wouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah, I know exactly. So you're helping out with the smaller stuff and the personal effects, essentially, of the crew. That's all going to end up getting get locked away somewhere. Yeah. So that the rest of that Saturday is whittled away with moving stuff, and then you probably have most of the afternoon off. Cunningham is with you, Loren. Uh, he wants details of everything that happened. Um, he's got details for you on the fact that this is a commerce raider. At least that's what Mortimer Jeffrey said. And apparently, if it's the CSS Mississippi, it is. Um, so the two of you are going to be pretty busy because you're going to be talking to the marshal,
Yeah.
finding out who these people really are, if they were with the Confederate States. It turns out that the names that they gave were lies. Initially, to the marshal, they gave the name Lieutenant Commander Ashfield Lockwood, Confederate CSA. Lieutenant Matthias Holt. That's Bjorn Bloody. Ensign Charlie Davis was Frithoff Fowl. And Sigurd Snake, as he called himself, that was the lieutenant commander, the commanding officer. Um, Several weapons are confiscated. There's a lot of contraband that's confiscated and brought into town, locked up. Everything's locked up, is written down and locked away. Um, you learn that the prisoners are being moved from the cells that they're in right now to the basement of the church, except for the Indian that was all beat up. The Indians will be put in one cell, and the other men will be put in the two other cells. My alarm. Um, my notes. Yes. Yeah. What do y'all want to do with the rest
I
of your
try to
day?
convince them, like as we're like loading up stuff for that book. I say, Fontaine's actually pretty good at decoding messages and stuff. I could help him look through this book for y'all. It looked like it was filled with coded messages. Maybe about where they're also hiding more things.
They said, well, you're going to have to talk to the marshal because he's going to be in charge.
I'll talk
of
to
all
the
this
marshal.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the marshal's not letting you have anything right yet. It's all
That's fine.
evidence or personal possessions. So, um, Aaron, did you leave that diagram that was the handout, or did you pocket that?
I left that,
Okay. So, all everything goes to the marshal and
but
to
I
people to
know I mentioned
sift
it to
through.
Hazard though too about it. So
You mentioned it to Hazard. Okay.
Oh, and
yeah,
I went to look at it, so
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen it.
You could have seen it as well. Um,
Make a quick sketch in a notepad.
yeah, you could do that.
I
Um,
leave out the sea monsters that look irrelevant to me.
yeah, yeah. So, Lauren, you're not going to be able to make a check to get healed up for a week. So I don't know if you guys
Oh
want to
shit! I
jump
forgot that was
ahead
major.
for a little while, or how you want to handle this. Um,
I wouldn't mind time jumps. I do
yeah.
want to talk to the Quaalude relatively soon.
Oh, okay. What up at La Push, or do you want to talk to
Yes.
Ed, or okay, the tribal elders?
I might talk to Ed to see if he can get me with the tribal elder so I can discuss how we found 3 more of those mutant
Oh, yeah, we're
Indians.
gonna want to play that out. Um, okay, we'll figure out when you can find Ed and talk to him. Is there anything anybody wants to do over the weekend on Saturday or Sunday specifically? I'm assuming some people are going to
Definitely go to
church,
church.
other people's aren't.
Oh, definitely go to
Right.
church on
Looking for
Sunday.
picker skills.
You're
man,
looking for
Saturday
picker
night I'm
skills.
hooting and hollering it up in the tavern though.
Oh, are you? Yeah, Saturday
Yeah,
night.
I we
Oh,
just took in the ship. Like my
Yeah.
guy's on a high from this. Like
So you're like, are you telling stories about how it happened, Aaron, and getting
yeah,
people to buy you
if
drinks
people
and
are
stuff?
asking him,
Yeah,
he's
people are.
gonna laugh it up. He'll
Yeah,
be like the center of town. And,
people are buying you drinks. They want to know the truth. You see Cunningham over in the corner scribbling notes. The reporter, one of the dance hall girls is on your arm. Um, well, you were so brave. You know that kind of thing.
all right.
Um,
Yeah, I
I
might tell
probably
how I had to gun a guy down, or
there was
yeah,
only one.
especially if they're around. Lauren's not right there, so he's going to talk about how he snuck up behind this guy and just knocked him out with one blow. And
I'll say Jack's there, and he's probably like, "You're the best." Like he's just joining the crowd.
So Jack's just happy and being what
He's happy for you.
reacting
He's a little
emotional.
like, man, I should have been there, but
Yeah.
like he's happy for you.
Lauren's resting up. Aaron, are you lying? Are you making up? Are you lying about
well,
what
I, I,
happened?
I did just kind of make
He's
something up.
embellishing.
Embellishing. Go ahead and make me a
I am
fast talk.
embellishing just a little bit.
Let's see how convincing you are.
Knocked a guy out.
Ooh,
One
what?
blow.
Wait, what? What's the base for? What am
That's
I
a good
trying to do?
question. What's the base for
Fast
fast
talk, I think is
it's
10.
10 or 15.
It's 10.
Oh,
That's
okay.
5.
Hey,
It's hard to lie.
yeah.
What'd you roll, Aaron?
I rolled a 25.
Ah.
Okay.
Damn.
It's later in the evening when you start embellishing.
Yeah, it probably is.
So you've been
After I've had a
drinking,
pretty
and you're
drink.
like, yeah, I hit that guy. I hit this guy. I remember hitting a guy, and the stories aren't as good at that point. So people aren't
Gotcha.
really sure if you're telling the truth or if you're mixing up stories or what. But everybody's still very happy about this. I mean, hell, y'all caught a Confederate commerce raider 10 years after the war ended. What the hell?
With a handful of people, essentially.
You're overlooking the fact there was only a handful of people on board, but yeah, it was a Confederate commerce raider. That's crazy.
He's intentionally leaving that part out.
That's
but-
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're having you had a great time Saturday night. Make me a con check to see how hungover you are, because people are buying you drinks left and right. Same with Jack. Well, no, they're not buying drinks for Jack. Where's Hazard Saturday night?
Oh, I mean, I say I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I know.
buying me drinks.
No, they know you weren't there. They know you went out.
So I'd be at the saloon looking for Ed too, because I know he would want to be in on this kind of stuff.
Ed, give me a luck check then, Hazard. Let's see if he's there that night. If you can talk to him immediately. Jack, people are still buying you drinks because you were on board that boat that went to board a Confederate
okay.
commerce raider with
So
less than
brave.
10 people. Yeah. You didn't make it,
No,
Hazard?
no, Ed.
No. Ed's not in sight that night. You ask around, you find that he's probably gone fishing, because the fishing's better at night. Probably up the Kingfisher River with Who the hell would he be fishing with?
Be fishing
It's
for eel.
Connor.
No, they're not fishing for eels. They're fishing for
Eels run the
fish.
river up at night, though.
They're fishing, not eeling. Um,
That's still
Oh.
fishing, though.
no, he's going with. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out somebody who's his age that you guys have met. There aren't any. Somebody mentioned some name. I'll put a name in later and note it. Somebody you've never met before. Not sure who they're talking about. Whether it's a fisherman or somebody else in town. But they mention it like you would know them. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because that's how some people are. They're just like, oh yeah, he went fishing with Bob Smith. You know. And
Love that guy.
yeah, exactly. Nice time Saturday night. Sunday.
I rolled
go
a
to church.
98. I rolled a 98 for my con check out of
Oh.
65.
65. It's not a crit fail, but you are not feeling good the next day.
Yeah.
You got a splitting headache. You're
I
like,
probably
oh,
stayed in
those
my room.
bells are ringing. Those damn church bells. I can hear them from here. You had some weird dreams
roll
last
con
night
check.
about mutant, like messed up Indians come swimming after you in the water. It was very
Big
creepy.
What's
Big
Jack's
wiggly.
con? Oh yeah, I'm good.
Are you drinking, Jack?
Apparently I was. I don't know. You said people would buy
People
me
did buy you
drinks too.
drinks. You didn't have to
Yeah.
accept them. You didn't have to. You could.
Well, I mean, it's part of the celebration.
How old is he?
He's 16 or 17. I had it written
Has he
down.
ever
16.
drank before?
Probably a little bit.
Okay,
Like-
but not like this. But you made your con check.
No, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're okay the next morning. Yeah. Hazard.
So I definitely wanted to say when we talked to the marshal briefly, mentioned that 3 did get away, one of which was Aloysius.
Right. I'm assuming the marshal did talk to everybody that was involved in the raid, including Will and Tom, to make sure everybody's got all the information. It didn't take long to talk to y'all about it. I mean, it was very fast the way it happened. So yeah. Aloysius escaped along with 2 other men. And then you guys caught about 7 crewmen. One's dead. The others that you injured were merely unconscious. They weren't killed.
And then 3 extra Indians the next day.
And then the extra Indians the next day.
It's crowded in that jail.
Yeah, it is. It is very crowded in the jail right now. They're trying to determine some better course of action to deal
More
with
chamber
with this
pots.
kind of thing. So you're looking for Ed. Everybody needs to think about what your characters are trying to do at this juncture. Loren is probably just laid up, maybe writing on a pad or something, But otherwise, Cunningham, he's upstairs. Cunningham's helping you out because he knows you're having trouble getting around. So that's fine.
Definitely sending letters to John to mention some of the product being found.
Okay.
I'm trying to read that. I'm reading the scrap of paper I got from the tube.
It's very complicated, but
looking at that stick I grabbed.
Yeah, it's a stick. It's like a carved, really nice. It's almost like a real fine. Okay, you know the like spines,
a real fine pointing stick.
The spines that are like in the back of a chair, like
yeah,
a hardback chair. It's like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a carved stick with bumps, along the sides. It's got a spot you can hold it in your hand comfortably. Yeah, it looks kind of like a pointing stick, but it's only short. It's short. It's about a foot long.
Wizard Jack.
Nobody knows Jack has it. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you on that pointing stick.
Okay. And this will be in my room with the door shut.
Oh, you're not letting Fontaine see it at all?
Nah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. This scroll, it says it's a way to create a freak weather storm. Supposedly.
Huh. The ace in the hole spell.
Let me take a look. Let me make sure I wrote it down right. Or I'm reading it right. This is the wrong book.
Creates a spontaneous hurricane. Oh my
god! Momento.
Oh, Hutton, are you at the bar on Saturday?
He probably would have been there for a bit, but I mean...
Yeah, that's what it is. It causes a freak weather event to occur. Um, yeah, you're gonna have to read more to really get the feel for this thing. Uh, but yeah, it claims to be a spell, Yorie.
Hmm.
Very complicated. It takes a while to cast too, from the sound
And
of
it
it.
causes a freak weather event.
Yeah, that you have some control over, but not entirely. It's very odd. You've never heard of anything like this. It's really weird. Are you looking at this in the hiding in your room essentially?
Yeah.
Boom boom. What are you doing in there, boy? You're gonna go blind.
Got him. Playing with a different stick.
Privacy, Fontaine. Doors closed. I don't go in your room when the door's closed.
Did I come in? I don't want to see your yin and yang and wing wang, whatever you want to call it.
I roll it up and like put it on a pillow or something, and I say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you can come in."
No. You think that's funny, don't you? No.
I
You're
give
gonna
him
walk
I give him
away.
a chuckle.
Okay. Yeah, and he walks away. All right. We look at that. Okay, give me a luck check, Hazard.
Has a
This is just going to determine like how long it's going to take you to find Ed.
Ed, yeah.
If you do poorly, it'll probably take 2 or 3 days. If you do well, you can find him like by Monday.
Got to turn on more lights.
You're pulling.
59.
What'd you
That
get?
is a success.
Okay.
Regular.
Yeah, you find him Monday. He's working on something. He's digging
Oh my.
like a ditch or something. You're not sure what's going on with him. He goes, "Oh, hey, Mr. Hazard, how are you doing today? Good to see you. I heard you did a good job catching that ship full of Confederate soldiers."
Oh, why, thank you, Ed. I might be doing well, but my friend Graves got a real messed up arm.
Oh no.
Doctor doesn't understand what happened. It's like his bones just bent.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Trying to find a way to fix it. One of the prisoners say they know how to fix it.
Whoa.
I'm assuming he's the one that caused it.
Is he a doctor?
He does not appear to be a doctor.
Huh. How's he gonna fix it?
Magic.
Oh. Okay.
That makes sense to you?
Well, maybe he's a shaman. Or maybe he's a
Do
dark
you-
shaman.
Do you have any shaman in your neighborhood?
Well, there's some in La Push. We don't have a shaman locally. Sometimes some come from La Push if somebody's sick, though.
Interesting.
Well,
Now,
why can't this man fix it? He can fix it?
apparently, but since he's a prisoner, he might ask for freedom or something else I might not be able to give him.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
But I was wondering if I could talk to your head of your village, because
I live here. That's Mr. Gray.
sorry, the head of your of the Quaalude.
The elders?
Yes, the elders. That's what I'm looking for. Because we actually apprehended 3 more of those malformed.
Do you remember the
Engines.
name, James?
Nope. They
What
said they
hazard?
were from another tribe with a Q in it.
Oh, shh. Mr. Hazard, no, don't talk about him. It's bad. They can hear you. They can read your mind. They'll steal your tongue.
They seemed a little inept.
Oh,
Only
they're
one of
terrible.
them seemed to talk.
They're terrible. There's more of them?
Yes, so
Oh.
now there's a total
no.
of
He's
4 in
backing
that
away from you
jail.
slowly. That's bad. That's really bad. Oh,
Could I
gotta tell
talk
you.
to your elders about this? Because I
Uh,
would very much like to help any way I can as well.
I'll see what I can. I gotta go.
Oh, Ed, before you leave,
Yeah.
just about that shaman too. I was curious if I could have a meeting with
I
them
don't
at
know.
some point.
He's running away. Hold on a
Damn it!
second, everybody. I gotta check my dogs.
Sure. But what's everybody's opinion on time jump? I do not care. We could do that.
I'm fine with the time jump.
That means my stuff can probably get here. Might need
Yeah.
to send for another manservant as well.
All right. Thank you for your patience there.
Oh,
Checking
you're
to make sure
fine,
all
man.
dogs are in before we close the door. Okay, so Ed runs away. Shoot, I didn't have a whole lot of little encounters. We can move the timeline forward though. So that was on Monday. On Tuesday, Hazard Ed does come to you and he says, "Yeah, the elders will talk to you, Mr. Hazard. You got to come with me though. Come on."
All right.
You get a couple horses from the livery stables and you ride to La Push, a few 2 or 3 miles away. Where you
Oh, apologies, guys. My character wouldn't think to add people to the posse.
no, you probably wouldn't be allowed to. You're going to talk to briefly these tribal elders. They're the same men that you saw at the meeting. They question you about yeah. They question you about these other Indians that you found.
Give them all the information I can.
Okay, they seem very disturbed. Um, they say your name is Hazard.
Why, yes.
You must get them to us. You must bring them to us. Find any way you can. These
Is
are
there any?
evil people, monsters.
Now, how would I be able to control 4 of them?
Find a way.
All right.
White
I'll
men
try
have
to
never
figure
had
that.
problem controlling others before.
Oh, white men. Good.
Yeah.
And in return, if I might ask a few questions, would I be able to? My my friend was gravely injured in our taking of the smuggling vessel, and his arm is literally bent out of shape. Uh, would any of your medicine men, shamans, I heard, would they be able to help
They
in any
speak
way?
amongst themselves, and in the long run, the consensus is no. Um, they can try, but they don't know of any way to take a bone that's bent or twisted in like a knot and fix it.
Sounds so painful.
Yeah, Graves is still on morphine, so he's okay. Uh, yeah, so they
All
can't really
right.
help you with that.
Let's see. I definitely had other questions. And no, I'm not gonna waste their time with that right now.
Okay.
Oh, now, is it a taboo to say what tribe they're from? And why do they hate y'all so much?
It is taboo, yes. The more
Oh,
we
and y'all
speak of them, the
around.
more power they get.
And
Unless we can make a totem that works against them. For that, we will need scalps and teeth and skulls.
understood.
Their scalps and teeth and skulls. Yeah, you're
All
getting the
right.
impression they're gonna murder these people if they get their
I,
hands on them.
I feel like it might be easier if I bring their heads. Is that acceptable, or do you need them alive?
Alive.
All
We
right.
must find out where they are coming from.
Also, there was one that we killed during the initial raid on the smuggling, so we
Good.
only brought one surviving back, but then there was one dead. Do you need him?
No. No, these people were destroyed hundreds of years ago. They should not exist anymore.
Hmm.
They're evil. They must be dealt with.
All right. Well, y'all have a good one.
Okay, Ed takes you back. That was Tuesday.
Wait. Was he about to say something?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Ed returns you to town. Um, let's see. Yorie, you're approached by the marshal
Hmm.
on Tuesday. He's looking for Hazard.
I haven't
Yes.
seen Hazard since the boat.
If you
Oh,
see
maybe
him,
no. I saw him on Sunday at church.
oh yeah. If you see him, you need to send him on to the office. One of the prisoners is demanding to talk to him. I'd also like to talk to all of you about some of the things we found on the ship
All right.
and what they might mean. Um, so Wednesday, you guys could get together with Wednesday you get together with the marshal, um, and he notes first off that they they found this, and they show you the handout that I gave you, um, that map. Um, and he notes that they think, um, from what they could gather from interrogating some of these smugglers, these Confederates, they were able to get some information, especially from the crew, that the that this the ship and the people on shore were the entirety of the smuggling operation, which they have most of them in custody right now. But in addition to smuggling contraband, they were apparently also running weapons. And from what they could piece together, this gold in the chest was payment, like raw gold in his chest was payment for these weapons, hazards weapons, um, that were being run here. And he points to this map. He says, this looks like it's been going on for some time. There's this weird, he shows you this contract or whatever, this letter with this symbol, this lizard on the bottom of it that talks about the ironwork that was being brought. Um, he he's pretty certain that that map of the handout that I showed you with the X on it probably marks wherever these Indians are that they have been that he thinks are the ones they've been selling weaponry to. Um, and this has been going on for a while, so that they've probably got quite a few weapons down there already. We think that this is in the town of Dunwater. That looks like the correct location according to this map. It's a rough map, but it's in the marshes south of Saltmarsh. It's about 10 miles away. Um, Dunwater, Dunwater, Dunwater was a town that broke away from Saltmarsh. There were some fishermen and farmers who thought they could do better elsewhere, so they set up a small village, uh, 10 miles down in the middle of the swamp. It's a terrible location. Let me find my information on this. But then tragedy struck. Um, they broke away about 1846, I think, 45, 46. And they did pretty well until there was an influenza outbreak in 1867, at which point most of the residents died. The others, some fled into the marsh, some tried to flee back to Saltmarsh. Only one woman made it back to the village, and the town down there has been abandoned ever since. Or we thought it was abandoned, but from the look of this map, something's happening there.
Real quick, is this the abandoned? I would ask this
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just I don't remember where I got the information, but you mentioned an abandoned village or a town at some point. Is this that abandoned town that I heard about?
No idea.
Gotcha.
Unless you have more than just abandoned town.
So the guy that was searching for something and then he got shot at from what he thought was an abandoned town. I want to say it was in a news article. I want to say,
Oh, is it a news article?
yeah,
There was a
I
man who
don't.
found a town, like a camp, in one of the
Yes.
articles, and he was heading over there, and they started shooting at him, telling him to get the hell out of there.
Okay,
Um,
it was a camp. Okay,
yeah. Um, Marshall Dodd doesn't think that's the same place.
gotcha.
He wouldn't describe it as a camp. There wasn't any mention of it being on the shore. Dunwater is on the shore. There's a river right beside it. What's left of it? It's in ruins. It's just cabins. They made wood log cabins up there, put together this village down there, and then the
Gotcha.
influenza outbreak. It was bad. There was a couple hundred people there. Everybody died. It was very bad. That place has been abandoned. Has been just nobody goes there. It's 10 miles away through the swamps. It's a terrible location. So
Where
so
was that priest heading? Was he heading down to the? He was heading into the swamp.
yeah, that priest
Was
is west
Yep.
of town.
okay. Not these
Northwest.
swamps then, but different swamps.
Yeah, no. Well, he's a mile away or
Very
so. I
different
think
area.
that's what. He's like a mile or two up the road.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's from my understanding is where he made a claim, and right now he's working on building up, getting building something. I don't know.
Yeah, something to help with the diseases that from the swamp.
Something. I'm
Making
not sure.
cures.
All I know is what I read in the paper
Yeah,
last
me
week.
too.
So I don't think he's connected to this in any. It's definitely not the same direction, and it's
Right.
yeah. So I think he's. I don't know who he is. I haven't really gotten to know him yet. He's new. It takes a while for people around here sometimes to get to know people. Um, yeah. So I'm thinking that's your location, Mister Hazard. If you're still looking, if we didn't find all your weaponry,
I believe you're correct.
and from your guesstimate Hazard, yeah, there's more missing than just 10 boxes.
Oh
So
yeah.
and it sounds like they've been transferring weaponry down there for a few months, and the smuggling operation's
Mhm.
been going on for a few years, from what I can tell,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years. But this is it, except for your Aloysius Karen and your other two men, unless they've still got somebody in town, some kind of spy. But I can't imagine
Oh,
it'd be more than 1 or 2 people.
never mind.
What were you saying, Jack?
Nah.
Huh?
I was gonna say, wait,
Speak
did I
up.
give my keys to you for the boxes? And then I was like,
Oh,
no, I probably gave the keys.
yeah. Everything would have been handed over. So yeah, we'll retro that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have said anything.
Now, Marshall, when's the circuit judge supposed to arrive?
I don't know. He's late.
Hmm.
He's usually here by now. I'm hoping before the end of the week. We'd like to get some of these people tried. Now we're gonna have to wait. Maggie Connor was sent down to Olympia Saturday. She left by noon. She was back Monday, and she sent a telegram for Mortimer to Washington D.C. to report this ship. She waited 1 day before she came back for a reply. So I'm assuming we'll have some federal troops up here at some point, naval men or something, to take that ship out there in the harbor. Sooner I'm rid of it, the better. We've got a warehouse that we're using that's full of all this contraband. There's a lot. There's thousands of dollars worth of goods. We don't have any idea where most of it came from except for yours. So it's going to be up to council and and figure out what to do with that.
Assuming we need to wait for the circuit judge before I reclaim my property.
Yes, sir, that's
Property.
correct. Hopefully he'll be here by the end
Reasonable.
of the week or maybe early next week. He's usually here once a month at least. And not sure. I'm gonna have to start putting out some. I'm gonna have to start asking around, seeing what happened to him. All right. Is there anything the rest of you? That's all that he's got.
And you mentioned a prisoner wanted to talk to me.
Oh yeah,
Jack had told me.
yeah. I'll bring him out. It's Kildare. Um, Kildare is yeah
He was
the not the bug-eyed guy with
nothing.
the hair,
He's got that nice haircut,
but
though,
the other guy with the short hair, and it looks like he's got a mole right where I've got my mole.
right above
When he comes
Ahab.
out, yeah, he's a little guy. I think. Let's see. Let's find him. I did write some rough
He's
stats.
5'6".
There he is. I don't have size for these guys because I pulled them straight from like D&D stats, but yes, he's like, yes, I would like to talk to Mister. I'd like to talk to Mister Hazard for a moment, if I may. By alone. Jack coughs
I'm
loudly.
assuming there's like a room that I could go.
Not
look
really.
into.
It's one office room, and then there's a room in the back with 3 cells. You know, that's pretty much the entirety of the building.
Gotcha. Are all the Indians just they're roomy in that one cell, and then
There's
the white
4 of them
people
in
are
one cell,
crammed?
and then all the rest of the guys are in the 2 other cells right now. They've kept all the Indians together. They find a place for you in the corner. They give you some privacy. Basically, Marshal Dodd quietly is talking to Jack and Tex and Hutton and asking them if they would have an interest in going down possibly to Dunwater to see if that's the location.
I tell him, hell
That's
yeah! I
weird.
missed the last pirate adventure. I'm not missing this pirate
Okay,
adventure.
so Jack's in. Um, he doesn't have any idea what you'll find. Yes, Mr. Hazard. I understand your man has been very badly hurt. What a terrible tragedy that is.
It
I
sure
also
is.
can let you know that I can completely cure him with but a few words. You might not believe me, but it's true.
With what I saw happen to his arm,
Oh, yes.
I'm open-minded.
Oh, very good, very good. But you need to get me out of here.
But what about your friends?
Oh, friends come and go.
And you know what, Kildare?
I was not an original member of this crew. I was hired on sometime later.
And what do you think about Mr. Owlicious Parrot?
Oh, Karen, yes. He's a dabbler, but a fool. Wears a top hat. He thinks he's a magician.
I did see that top hat. Rather large.
Oh, yes. It stands out. I always felt that a man is safer if he is quiet and unassuming in the background and not in the face of danger. But I do not know Karen very well. We are mere associates of business. You
All
understand?
right. Then it would behoove and greatly enhance our chances of removing you from your predicament if you could possibly give us any information you might know of hideaways he might be taking himself and those 2 other sailors.
I'm afraid I don't have any idea. I was aboard ship. We did not mix company with those land dwellers, you see.
Understandable.
But I would also like my possessions, Mr. Hazard.
Gotcha. I'm assuming your chest.
That is correct. There was a certain things that were of value to me, mostly sentimental value. There was a stick that was of some value. I don't know if you found it. It was tucked away. I'd like that
I
returned
saw
as
no
well.
stick. I believe
Okay.
I heard there was a coded book found
Oh,
in
that
your
would be my
chest.
book. Yes. We can dispense with the money that was in there. I can do without that if need be. But the book was rather important to me. Sentimental value, mostly. You understand? If you could see a way clear to getting me out of this predicament, I was never a close part of the crew. I wasn't even sure what they were dealing with exactly.
And do you by chance have control over those malformed engines?
Oh no, I learned a smattering of their language and taught one of them a little English to help Lieutenant Commander Lockwood. But otherwise, I was merely crewman of sorts, medical officer, that kind of thing.
Understandable. But yes, you have my word. I want my friend fixed, so I'm gonna do whatever I can to try to get you to fix that.
Oh, well, I'm sure the bars will easily be pulled away from the wall if you have a very strong horse.
True, true.
And you could
Just want to
easily.
make sure your friends don't go anywhere. Our dealings just you and me.
Ah, I see, I see. Yes, that is adequate, yes. And if you could see a way clear to do that soon, I will help your associate.
I contemplate. I look at my hand for a minute, and I'm like, we have a deal.
Oh yeah, okay. He shakes your hand. His hand's
Mhm.
all sweaty.
Figured.
He's got
Gotta
kind of
grease that hair some way.
yeah. He's got a good grip though. He's like, oh, I'm sure, Mister Has, this could be the beginning of a very lucrative association. He's all
Very well
bent
could
over.
be.
Okay. If any of y'all wanted to eavesdrop on this conversation, you could, but you're gonna get a negative. You're gonna get a penalty die, Jack, because you were talking to the marshal.
I already tried and I failed.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're just
Okay,
across the room. They're
okay,
talking very
okay. Well, I
quietly.
failed, and I
And then now you get a penalty die. Does it make it a
also failed.
critical fail? It's not a critical fail.
No, no critical
You
fail.
just can't
That's what I
make
was
it out.
checking for.
You just can't make out what they're saying. They're having a they're very close together, talking very.
I
quietly.
know they're talking. I just don't know what they're
Yes.
talking about.
The marshal keeps looking over that way too, but
Yeah,
talking
I
to
forgot
you.
that we were in the same room as everyone, so probably no handshake happened.
Well, you can have your back to them and shake
Okay,
his hand,
okay,
and they
so I
won't be
could
able to
do it
see
in
it.
in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah,
Okay,
subtly.
perfect.
Um, besides, you wear a cape, right? No. So
What?
yeah.
Yeah, as
Okay.
all I pictured it is like they were just off in a corner somewhere, and like he was
Yeah,
had his back wherever they had their little conversation, and
That's pretty much what it was, because there's
yeah,
not a lot of room in here, and the marshal's not willing to let this guy out of his sight. You notice he did have his hand on his gun the entire time that they were talking. While he was, and he'd glance over there every once in a while. Like if this guy was going to try to make a run for it, the marshal might have gunned him down. Uh, Maybe, or at least told him to stop and pointed a gun at him. Anyway, so yeah, so Thursday morning, um, Tex.
hey, I'm off to Earl.
Yeah, you're off to Burl with the paper, which I
Paper.
have set one up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
surprisingly.
You already have a Thursday?
I went ahead and made a guesstimate of what would happen, and it actually was pretty close.
Paper's on Thursday, right?
Yeah, and
Yep.
Wednesday was the stage. Nobody came in on it, and neither was there any appreciable cargo or mail. yet. You could guess maybe next week or the week after is a good time, is a good likely chance it is when your
Our stuff
cargo
arrives.
hopefully will arrive.
Oh, also, I did want to send out a letter saying that I'd
Yeah.
probably need
You can.
another manservant for the time being.
Graves is useless to me this way.
Well, no.
Send me
Graves,
another
Graves
man
was
to maim.
a friend, and a manservant.
Send me a man.
This one's probably just going to be a manservant.
Post to Discord. Here it is. Okay, so I'm
Hello,
gonna
my
stick-
name's Charles. I come from a long line of manservants. We even served the Father Paul of Canterbury a long time
and
ago.
we're not traitors, no matter what anyone says.
Nothing ever traitors! Never!
Nothing ever happened that was bad.
Boom. So those of you who want to look over the Saltmarsh Gazette, you can. Aaron, you are
Yeah.
riding. We're gonna wrap up here in just a couple minutes, actually. Aaron, as you're riding through the woods, you hear a sound. In the distance. It sounds like an animal. And it's approaching the road, and you realize there's someone running towards your wagon, or in the general direction of your wagon, through the woods on your left, screaming. Like, ah! Ah! Just screaming and screaming and screaming.
Okay, I have probably my gun out.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
It's pretty dark. It's very dark. It's
Oh.
like 6 a.m., remember? And you have mountains to the east, which keep the sun from rising for until later than
Oh,
you're used to
yeah.
in Texas, where it's just flat. And, dawn is really early. The screaming keeps, and you hear pounding feet as a man in a suit, like everybody wears suits back then, runs out of the forest, looks desperately around, and runs to your wagon. Let me see if
So I
find a
see him
picture
pretty
of this
well?
guy. No, it's very dark. But he's like, ah! He's just screaming as he runs. His hands appear to be empty. He's just like this. You know what I mean? Like running,
Okay.
like in terror, it looks like. Let's see if I can figure out. Oh, shit. Who is
Absolute
he?
fear.
I got a picture. Yeah, he is flipping out. Aha. He's a young man. Whoops, let me put it in gaming, text down darker trails. He looks like this.
Looks like a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only you're guessing that he's young, just from the fact that he's not got any kind of mustache or beard or anything going, and he just runs at your wagon, and he like tries to jump. He you know how you got that covering?
Okay.
He comes at it right where the covering is. Like you're a little ahead of where he tries to run, and it looks like he's trying to jump. He tries to jump into the wagon, but the cover's there, and he slams into it, and he's trying to hang on, and he's trying to get in the wagon or get on the wagon. He's there. You go. What are you doing? Do you say anything?
I'm gonna get the mules to get going as fast
Okay.
as they'll go for right now,
Okay.
and then I'll reach a hand back
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Come here, like get up here," or like just like
You're gonna try to
calm
grab
down,
him, like, and
what's
pull him
going
up.
on?
Like you're gonna try to
Yeah,
grab him and
like,
pull him up if
I
he
need
doesn't
to
reach
pull
for
him
you.
up.
Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
don't want him to damage my wagon too much, but I want to get him to get up here. Then we'll get going.
Yeah. Give me a strength check.
Oh, that.
Is your strength not very good?
Ooh, I rolled a 19.
Nice.
19 out of 45.
You basically grab him by the back of his jacket, and with a heave, you pull him up onto the seat next to you if that's where you want him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The wagon's moving. He's looking around. He's like, "Ride faster, mister."
Well, I get the mules to go as fast as they'll go.
He goes, "Go, you damn mules!" He's just screaming at the mules. He's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! There were so many bodies!
Can I
They're
do
out there!
my,
Go!" He's like smacking you, like, "Make him go faster!"
Yeah. Can I do a drive wagon to
Yes.
see if I can push him to go faster?
Oh yeah. Give me a drive wagon. You're probably gonna want to drive wagon.
Yes.
You're riding on. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you got like at least one lantern on your wagon, so you can kind of see where you're going, lit.
I have a regular success.
Yeah, you get them going. They're moving. This guy is flipping out.
Now what's going on?
He doesn't have a hat
what
on?
happened?
Bodies! There's a bunch of bodies! Plague! It's a plague! He grabs you and he's like shaking you. Wait, what'd you say?
Where?
Back there on our property.
Where?
There's so many. There's like 4 of them.
On whose property?
Our property, Pickersgill property, and that's where we'll end.
All right.
Nice. That is one hell of a cliffhanger.
Pickersgill. Hey, wait.
Although,
Oh wait, never mind.
all
Tex
right.
doesn't go to church. He can't recognize any of the Pickersgills, and I don't
Huh?
think they've been to church since he's been there. No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was like
I mean,
4
Tex.
bodies. Wait, how many? Whatever boys died in
2.
the
2
thing?
Baldry boys
That was,
died.
but that's like I was like, oh, it was only 2. That's
Yeah.
not 4 Baldry boys.
Okay, so questions, comments, suggestions.
Can I kick this guy out of my wagon? I'm gonna be like, what? Plague?
No, that's
Oh.
where we ended. We just ended.
I-
We're done. That's a
right.
cliffhanger. Think about what you want to do for the next game session. If you want to be like, get the fuck off me, or well, shoot him, whatever. I don't know.
Pickersgill.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. So questions, comments, suggestions, thoughts. Sean, you got 1 day before you get to make your check to see if you heal.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
On Friday.
I was like, oh man, we might be able to do his first.
And that'll be
check.
what, 1 point back?
And to fix your
it
major
depends,
wound.
too. Once you get up to a certain level, you start healing faster. Once
Okay.
once you start healing enough, then you start healing by day instead of by week. But we'll
Yeah.
have that all start. We'll start with
Forgot.
healing you. We'll start with dealing with what's happening to Tex with this man.
I thought he looked familiar.
Did you? I probably
Yeah, I
threw that
scrolled
picture
back up.
before.
Yeah, he's been posted before.
Yeah, I haven't actually. I haven't modified these guys yet. I usually try to make a smaller picture closer up at the face, but you guys haven't really dealt with them yet. Yeah. So, what did y'all think? Was that good? Was that fun?
I'm disappointed. I think we don't get to keep any of the treasure. Come on. It's all evidence.
Evidence.
I kept some.
And then it
treasure.
goes to the
You
town.
could have pocketed some.
I wanted to be. There was lawmen on board. I couldn't have pocketed some.
You tried and you
You
failed.
You
gonna
could
steal
have.
those
You could have broken away from the party like I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only problem is, all the stuff Yorie found was like giant bales of silk and huge casks.
Yeah.
So he really couldn't steal anything.
Down in the basement.
Not in the basement.
He stole what he could, which was a tiny stick.
A stick. Oh my god.
A stick
What
and a
would it
piece of
be?
paper.
I got a great pointing stick now.
Point and
Yeah,
stick.
you guys could use sleight of hand to grab anything you wanted. Actually, like that pouch full
Man.
of silver dollars.
That's what else I'm going to do. I got to write myself a note on.
Yeah, write yourself a note.
I would like to have a debate at some point about how. I'll get with you later about that one. Actually,
Okay.
it's about the lies of omission.
The lies of omission are lies. Deal with it. You wrote honest on your character sheet.
Well, yeah,
Unless
but
we're
I
going to
also-
change that
I built his ideology around
around
lies of
the wrong
omission don't
things.
count.
You tried to freaking James Brown it, as you always
trait-
do.
The trait says honest because he doesn't want to do a blatant lie.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Lies of omission are still blatant lies. If you know who murdered somebody and you don't, and they're like, "Do you know who murdered that person?" You can't say, "No, I don't."
No,
even if you can never be caught,
that's a blatant lie. That's a blatant lie. No,
You can't say,
lie of omission.
"Oh,"
I mean, like,
which is a lie of
no.
omission.
See, that's a lie too. It would change the topic or like try to weasel around answering.
Yeah, that's not being honest. That's being dishonest. Trying to
Being
weasel out of
cagey.
stuff. You made your character. You do this every time, James. You
I
have these
I
little,
make
like,
it.
rules
It's always
things
like a flaw.
that you try to twist around.
Stop
sounds like
putting flaws in the
talking to me.
characters.
No.
Just make him honest. Tell the truth all the time.
It's hard.
Drive
It's
people
so
crazy.
hard when like every character I
brutally
want to
honest.
play is like
Brutally honest. That would be great.
liar man.
I'm honest.
That's why Bertelli was so easy to play because I
Bertelli.
made him liar man.
Yeah, I know. You guys honest. Just roll with it. I like
It's just
brutally
so
honest
hard.
too. Why, you're a Negro. What? Negroes aren't doctors. Stupid shit. Get you guy in trouble all the time.
That's why
You're
I'm
a
starting
woman.
to use
Why are you wearing
engine more.
pants? That kind of thing.
Good.
Yorie, what about you? What do you think?
I got a stick.
You did get
He's
a
got a stick.
You got a stick. So we're gonna see next time if we'll see next time what happens.
On
Next time on stuff.
On Pacific
Stop.
Northwest Fears. Cha cha cha.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop recording and stop streaming. So say bye to everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.